Trump train.
Greetings and welcome to the 1-6 Scale Man. Proudly presents another episode of You Know What It Is, man. It is Comic Book Talk with Friends on a Monday. I'm here with all these folks right here. Yeah. I told you got some explaining to do. We'll talk about that on Wednesday. Y'all got some explaining to do because I don't know what the hell y'all are doing right now. But you got some serious explaining to do because don't nobody know what this shit is. And if there's a line that you're just releasing just because, and you thought that it was okay to do it this month, well,
always do like
we'll have to dig into that one and do a little bit more research and get more.
We'll have to dig into that one and do a little bit more research.
They ain't learn from Target.
Oh man, I don't know.
Target go this far? Target didn't go this far.
I don't know, man. But I told you got some explaining to do.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, right. They ain't learned from Target. Like, yeah, man. We're gonna talk about that probably sometimes this Wednesday. It's gonna be a topic, but we'll discuss it. Shit, I ain't even doing a corner. I'm not even doing a corner on this shit, bro. I'm not. Not worth it. No. If y'all want to know, go check it out. But you pull up anyway. Thank you guys for being here. Another dope show, man. We got some things we're gonna definitely talk about here tonight, man. I'm joined by these gentlemen here with me tonight. We got Jason at the bottom, man. What's going on with you, bro? You good?
I was great until a few minutes ago, but I'm good. I'm good to be here. Glad to be here with y'all boys, man.
Yeah.
Another crazy Monday.
Another crazy Monday, bro. That's the new slogan, bro. It's a crazy Monday, bro. It's definitely a crazy Monday. We're gonna have a conversation about that. V, what's going on with you, man?
Chilling, trying to stay warm. Hopefully this cold snap breaks next couple of days here and we stay out of it because it's been just racistly weather dominated lately. It's been racist as fuck out, bro.
Oh, you said racistly weather. Oh man.
Yeah. That's how it feels stepping outside. You just stand outside and feel that air. You just close that door.
The weather feels so hateful.
Yeah. Just ain't it as wind chill. But yeah, other than that, just catching up on a whole lot of reading. I am completely caught up with the Amazing Spider-Man. I was like 5 years behind, and I'm all caught up now. So there's a lot that's going on in the past 5 years that I finally am up to date on. A lot of the Tombstone stuff I loved, a lot of the Otley stuff I finally got to read, and the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man was really, really interesting. So I'm glad I finally got to be up on that.
Oh, I know you love that Juggernaut shit. That shit was cool.
Yo, that shit was really like. I feel like he got more shine than he usually do in the X books. I'm like, all right, I fuck with it because that was always kind of glossed over back in the day. They never really elaborated on his lore very much, or if they did, it was like so far. They never rehashed it as often as I felt like they should have. He was always kind of just glossed over and dumbed down. They never really explored his background as much as I feel like they should have. So it was really cool to see that fleshed out, and it put Spidey in. Spidey's so versatile that it's. I think it goes unsaid just how versatile he is because he makes this incredible rogues gallery just look like chumps, and I really feel like there's some interesting discourse on just how much a problem cats like the Sinister Six would be facing the rest of Marvel, and to show just how incredible Spidey is for being able to put up with these rogues and deal with them as handily as he does. When even just Electro alone would be, or Sandman alone would be a problem for half the Marvel universe, and he constantly is dealing with them in groups at once. And then you could put him in spaces of the Devil or the Satanic, Doom, and all these. You can put him anywhere, and he works. And I think that speaks a lot to what we talk about a lot of time with the grounded versus cosmic, problem that they have with Spider-Man. Because just like there's an issue with how DC doesn't let Batman be anything but grounded. Marvel doesn't. MCU kind of doesn't let him be grounded, but he fits in so many different places. And I think the comics do a great job of balancing that. He could be, on the streets, breaking up robbery one day, and then space, stopping a universal war the next, and it works in both instances. So it's definitely a great catching up on that. Other than that, man, just had fun at the Super Bowl halftime. I don't really watch the NFL anymore, so I just go if there's a party, and that was a fucking halftime party, I tell you that. And I don't have controls to put up. I want to say to everybody watching, Rockwell was not at the Super Bowl party yesterday, and we quickly found out why. And if you are on Facebook, you got to see why this motherfucker was there. And
bro,
you gotta put that fucking picture up, man. You was there.
I just want to know who got that wig for you, because it was seamless,
bro. This motherfucker was not me, bro. It was, bro. Like, that's the crazy part. It's because the crazy part was Mark put that shit up on the page. No, I mean, but no, like under a comment.
Oh, okay.
He put it up, and I was like, I'm trying to think about what the fuck was he talking about? Like, where did he get this shit from?
Yeah,
and.
Because me and him both was like, oh shit, there's because we was making fun of, because L came to the party and that motherfucker looked just like Bad Bunny, so we was making fun of him being Bad Bunny all night, and then here you come, you there. So it was you and L, and was all over the Super Bowl yesterday. It was hilarious,
bro.
The game was trash, but the halftime special was fire,
bro. Like, come on,
look at this motherfucker.
Come on, bro. It don't look nothing like me, man.
He was like, yes, Mr. Bad Bunny.
Bro, it don't look nothing like me, man.
I'll hit the notes, Mr. Bad Bunny. I got you, Mr. Bad Bunny.
That's too funny, Prop. You see what they do to me, bro?
I saw what they did, bro.
It's payback, bro. You know what I mean?
Payback. You get me every fucking week. We talking about payback.
I'm saying this is payback. Like, this is payback for me getting you.
Yo,
every day week.
Diana was like, "Oh, how did you? That looks just like him. Did you Photoshop that?" I'm like, "No," because she looked away. She literally thought I'll put your head on somebody at the show, and I'm like, and we rewatched it, we ran it back, and she was like, "Oh my god."
Yo, this some bullshit, man.
Seamless. Well done.
Yo, that shit had me dying, bro, to the point where I had to put up a second picture and say, yo, everybody, this was not me. And it was like, yeah, we don't believe you. I was like, all right, then. All right, cool. Hey, I guess I'm living vicarious. Somebody was living vicarious.
Your clone got loose.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
Must be, bro. Must be. Anyway, man, thanks, V, for being here. Prop, what's going on with you, bro?
Man, just living life, bro. Just got my Flash in the other day, which led to me rewatching some of the old episodes.
Yeah, I gotta do that.
Yeah, man. Not all the episodes are consistent. You can kind of see where things was out of order.
Mm-hmm.
They probably aired it out of order. You know what I'm saying? Probably getting desperate. But diving into that, man, it kind of made me want to jump back. I never finished the 2014 Flash.
Okay.
No.
And I watched like a whole season or two. You know what I'm saying? But it started, bro. You know, I be tripping out on Marvel with the multiverse.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
the same thing, man. Once they
didn't start till like the third season, I think.
Then that's when I started. Yeah, I think I finished the third season, and
I
couldn't finish it though.
Season 4. don't watch
Yeah,
past season.
I couldn't even go back. All right, yeah, I couldn't even go. Even
The
then, I could
first, the
see.
first
The
two
first
was the
two
best.
seasons,
were the
first two
best.
seasons are dope. The
Yeah,
third
yeah,
season starts getting little.
Yeah.
but-
We're talking about the Flash, right?
Flash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Flash.
yeah.
I tell everybody the same thing with Arrow and Flash. First two seasons.
Yeah, Arrow, same thing happened.
Perfect.
Okay, yeah, same thing. I watched the first
It
two
went
seasons
from-
of Arrow, and then I fell off, and I can't remember why. You know what? It was one of them things
Because
I
it
used to
went-
watch with the kids, and the kids
Yo, the
started doing
writing,
their own
yo.
thing, and I fell out of
The
it.
writing got bad
the
after
balance. The
season
balance fell off. It used to be
Yeah.
like 70% like fire, and then 30% like
Yeah.
like drama, Gilmore,
CW.
Gilmore
Yeah,
Girls
yeah.
type female drama and shit like that. And it
Yeah.
was
Right,
cool 'cause
right.
It was a balance. And then they flipped it, and it was like almost the whole show was relationship drama.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
BS. It'd be like
Yeah.
10% of the show would be the action and shit. It's like, yo, the balance is all
you
off.
gotta.
Even
gotta
women that you
remember.
watch, it was like, I want to see him fight like he's a superhero. Why are we just watching him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You gotta
real, like,
remember, like this was the filler for when Smallville went off. Arrow was.
Yeah. And Smallville was the same thing. Like
But Smallville
it started
stayed
falling
dope.
off towards the end, right? But because you never seen
Smallville
nothing like
stayed
that.
dope though.
I like Supernatural too.
It
Like
was
visual
dope at the
effect-wise,
time.
Supernatural,
I don't know if I would go back now and watch it. If I would still
Yeah.
think so, because now there's
Yeah,
so much
yeah.
shit has come out since then.
Right,
It'd probably be tough to watch now. But when it came
Yeah,
out, it was
right.
not like it. So
It was nothing like it, bro. Yep.
Smallville stayed
Yep.
right until season 4 got foggy, and then after that, they got their
when
their
Lex
back.
left was the biggest. I remember when Lex left.
That was season
'cause I
4.
watched that
Season
one all the
4.
way to the end.
Season
And
4. Yeah.
but then again, I liked the Arrow, the dude that played the Arrow on that. I know he played. It's crazy because he did.
He was
Aquaman.
better than me. He was
TV
better
show.
than me.
he was more accurate to Green Arrow than Arrow on his show, because Arrow on like the Arrow show, that wasn't Arrow, that was Batman.
That was Batman, right?
Yeah, right.
The era that was on Smallville, the era that was on Smallville was really the real Oliver Queen.
That's true.
And the same dude played Aquaman until the other guy from Reacher played Aquaman.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You had two Aquaman because the dude that played Green Arrow. Remember, they had a pilot.
Yeah,
Aquaman that had Ving Rhames in it. Yeah. They only had one episode.
And they killed it.
And then he came back as Green Arrow.
Green Arrow. Yeah. So I mean,
but see, they kept trying to rectify the Flash with the whole Eobard Thorne story. Then they had multiple versions of the dude every season. And I'm like, oh, man, y'all need to leave that shit alone. Bro.
That was the Flash. The Flash did that.
Yeah.
The Flash.
You were like 8 seasons in deep, and he still had to be told to run.
Yeah.
Great. Like, all right, man.
You know
like,
what?
at what point do you know you're supposed to run if you're Flash?
Those shows suffered, which they were designed to be that way, but you can kind of see because that came out at that time when we were still doing 20 episodes.
Well, we were
you
still
run out of ideas, bro.
We were still used to Smallville. We were still used to Smallville.
Still used to Smallville, man.
They were using the Smallville recipe for all their shows.
Dude, they were doing good, man. Like all the shows, right? Because I used to even watch. Was it Vampire? Is it Vampire Diaries?
Vampire Diaries.
Was it show? I was watching that, man. I remember
Smallville
season 4. They started running out of ideas. Yep.
Right.
It's the W.
That's all we had.
It's the WB.
That's all we had at that time.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. It's the WB formula because that's the formula that they pretty much used.
Streaming killed it.
Yeah, bro. Like it definitely did.
Bro,
I mean, even though I will say that, and I'll say this, Grant Gustin was the perfect Flash. Like,
he was good.
He cared.
The first few episodes, that first season was phenomenal. And you know what? And if you were a fan of the 90s Flash, this one was even before they showed, because I know they brought John Wesley Shipp and Mark Hamill, but even before that, it felt like it was a homage to that as well. Because they even did the racetrack scene, right? With when he first got his powers or whatever, man, that was reminiscent of that old show. So the old show was dope, bro. You could just see the it was the Incredible Hulk thing where you're gonna see the Flash twice an episode because of the visual effects. You know what I'm saying?
Until it starts.
But Dog was just so colorful because it came at the cusp of Batman the animated series, so you can see the Mark Hamill doing the trickster before he played the Joker, and you can hear that voice developing.
But he had that same mannerisms as Joker almost.
Yo, he had exact same, but it built because remember he had 2 appearances. So you saw him the first time. By the second time, it was like, bro, that's from the animated series, and the music was the same because it was Shirley Walker was doing the music for both shows. And what was the other thing I thought was cool? I don't know if Batman, because the animated series did it more. But Flash did it as well, where it had modern vehicles. Like you would have a modern motorcycle, but you would have a milk truck from the 1930s,
from the
1940s.
You
know what I'm saying? Like it was real. They had Tommy guns, but then they had somebody would have a more modern weapon, bro. So that was man. So it's a cool little show, bro. Hey, last thing I'm gonna say on it though, I'm pissed about the streaming because the Flash is also an example of when they told us that streaming services. These shows are always going to be available, and HBO took a lot of those old shows off. Like you can't, I couldn't find it on streaming, but I had it on disc. You know what I'm saying? But remember, the Flash used to be on HBO. Used to be on Max.
The first Flash,
the '90s Flash. Yeah,
the '90s. Yeah. Used to be on there,
They took there's all kinds of shows they took off that I didn't realize they took off.
Yeah.
That anyway. Just thought that was interesting, dog. Just that promise of
streaming
has
killed everything, bro.
I'm buying everything now, bro. If I like something, I'll try. I got to get my hands on it.
Yeah, I gotta find that Blu-ray.
But hopefully that answers your question, bro. I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here.
Bloomer, man, what's going on with you, bro?
Bad Bloomer, they were so happy and so like excited. I didn't want to like jump in, man. Smiling and shit.
He was good.
Hey, you saw the Flash, Boomer? As a young cat, man.
The older one?
The 90s. Yeah.
Probably like bits and pieces over the years, but I haven't seen it in its entirety. So like
it's worth watching just for the suit. What is it, Velvet?
Oh, yeah, right. They had the little felt on it. Yeah.
But we were just talking about that shit. Like the suit even had the veins and the damn muscles and shit.
Yo, the original. That's what I was telling you. So I get the figure in, right? It's super muscular, right? But I went and watched the show. I was telling James, I was like, dude, that dude was jacked in the show.
Yeah.
like if you're an artist, Vinny, you can draw. Yeah, that's what I need, bro. Get us a 90s Flash, man. We need the muscles, dog. Veins in the neck. That little velvet suit.
You see the veins in his neck down to his chest, like
bro, because you gotta keep in mind, like a lot of that hit, especially with the Flash, that hit right after we got like Batman Returns
89
and 89.
We
got
Flash was before Returns. Flash was before Returns.
Flash was before Return, but after 89. So it was when they figured that the suit itself aesthetically could work on screen if they did it right. You know what I mean? Right. Making it that type of whatever, making like a muscle down body suit. You know what I mean? That would come across a certain way. And you ended up making him look more like the Terminator than you did, the Flash. But it was still dope for his time.
There was scenes, the first scene they showed him running, he was all breathing hard and flexing. I was like, bro, but in fairness though, John Wesley Shipp looked like he fit the suit though. Like he had, I'm sure he wasn't that cut, but he was a big dude. It didn't look like he's a big dude. So anyway, boy, I was just wondering from a young cat perspective, like how that show might hit. You check out the first episode. The pilot episode of the movie, so it was like 2 episodes.
I like many people probably my age, the CW Flash is probably the best live action representation. You might have people that split on that, and then seeing Ezra Miller for the first time, but I'm sure those people have struggled away as the years have gone by. Obviously,
he can't even compare to Grant Gustin and John Wesley Shipp.
Bro.
Grant Gustin, I think, is the best out of the 3, but like he's not no comparison.
So the scene in the cut when he saved Iris from that, he didn't even have the suit on. I did like that particular scene.
Oh yeah. He wasn't wearing this.
But it was
I like when he tapped into the Speed Force at the very end to save them all. I like that. It was an actual demonstration of the level of power that he has.
You talking about Ezra?
He uses it. Ezra,
yeah.
I didn't mind that, bro. I didn't mind that version of it.
Was that in both versions? I don't remember the first version. Was that in the?
Nah, it was only in the Zack Snyder.
Conceptually, they were all over the place because the first time we see him, he does super speed in a gas station, and the whole fucking place practically explodes with shit flying off the shelf. I'm like, what's the point of super speed and not being able to be seen? It looks like a hurricane hit every time you run fast. You can't do nothing quick and be inconspicuous.
And you know what's funny? I can hear Snyder because I remember him describing Superman flying. It's powerful. He applied the same thing to Flash, yo.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Leave him alone, bro.
Anyway, though, Bloomer, back to you, brother. How you doing, man? Because we didn't get off the tangent. Let Bloomer speak. What's up,
bro? We off tonight.
What's up, Bloomer?
You guys are they're in rare form tonight. Man, just happy to be here, brother. Not much going on over here in these parts. Just paying bills, getting through it, and hopefully Papa can have some fun towards the end of this month. But right now, just doing what I gotta do and what we gotta do. So hopefully you guys had everybody out there, and from what I heard, everybody on the panel, hopefully you guys had a restful Sunday, whether that was watching the game or not, or surrounded by people, having a good time and being safe out there. I think those are the main points. So yeah, happy to be here, man. Excited to talk about the stuff we have on slate, especially Ultimate Endgame number 2.
Yeah, definitely, man. We'll be talking about that. Ultimate Endgame number 2, and we will be talking about. I mean, again, I don't know what y'all read from last week, but that KO was bonkers. Like, it was bonkers. Like, it's now where they are now. The heroes that have been selected, the heroes and villains that have selected, is now leading into the confrontation. You know what I mean? So, but it was how they got there and who they faced to get there. I don't know if you read it, but the shit was bonkers, bro. It was crazy.
Last thing I saw was when Joker got the God Emperor powers. That's the last thing I.
Yeah, I only read up to 3.
Okay, so you haven't read up until the final confrontation when. Wonder Woman went up against Red Sonja.
No,
you didn't see it yet, huh?
Is that in her book or is that in
it's the DC? It's the KO4. So basically, you ain't read that, So you got to read KO4 to really know, because everybody goes. So put it this way, Vinny.
Because I was at the shop this weekend, I didn't see 4.
The one villain, the one matchup that people wanted to see actually happens in this book. Put it that way.
Okay.
It happens in this book. So when you go check it out, like you'll see it, because it's leading into.
Because I was at the shop on Wednesday.
It is unless it's sold out, and it could, because that's the thing, bro. Like it's really been. It has to be 4. It has to be 4 because that's the one that I have.
All right.
And it definitely has to be. Because
I'll keep it for sure.
All of them are facing, because it's a setup to what we'll actually see. Even the latest KO Batman run was dope. That was pretty decent.
I read the first 2 of them. I think there's is it limited?
It's a limited run, because now they're going to put him back, or they're getting him set up to get back into the arena, to get back. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that was dope. Let me see what else. I mean, this last issue of Superman was dope as shit, bro. Like, that shit was crazy.
But I'm hearing a lot of good things.
Yeah, that shit was fucking dope, bro. Like that run with Superboy Prime, bro. Superboy Prime is incredible, bro. Like, I never want to see Superboy Prime in live action, because they'll never do him right. Number 1, number 2, he's too OP for live action, bro.
Yeah,
he's way too OP for live action. But damn it, I would love to see Superboy Prime animation, bro. I would.
Yeah.
I would love to see the animation style, because he would go off, bro. Definitely incredible, bro. That last issue was incredible. So anyway, before we jump in, start talking about stuff this week, man, and get to the chat. You got to pay homage, of course, to places where we get a lot of collectibles from, and the stuff that we actually get to support. As you already know we do, man. We start off with Vincent Dunn Art, man. Of course, Head on over to his store. Go on to Instagram if you haven't already. The link to his store is there. Once you go in, man, definitely you can just hit shop all, or you can get original art pieces, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, anime canvas prints, vinyl art, reverse glass painting, sketch cover variants, stickers. You can get definitely some commission work from him. A couple of deals going on. I'm pretty sure he'll fill you in. Vinny, let him know, man.
Yeah, man, as always, about to get one free on regular 11x14 prints. New stuff coming to the store soon. Gearing up for my next con at the end of the month. Got some new additions to the setup that I'm excited about. See how that works out. But yeah, there's tons of stuff on here from Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, etc. All kinds of different stuff. If there's something that you want, you don't see, feel free to hit me up, and we'll see if I can work out a commission for you. And other than that, feel free to check it out through my IG link at Vincent Dunn Art, and I'll give you a link right in the bio to the store. Happy shopping. Thank you, bro.
Definitely, man. Appreciate it. If you haven't already, check it out. Make sure that you do. Also, you want to head on over there to my man Ray over there at Underground Figures. It's Underground Ray. No NRD, shipping and handling is definitely reasonable. Sign up for that newsletter so you're always up to date as to when your figures are going to arrive, new figures being revealed. Create yourself an account because, of course, you never know when it might be free shipping or discount code on the figure choice. Hit him up. He'll definitely take care of you. Also, you want to give a shout out to our guy, Ray, over there at Hawk Wars Toys. It's Hawk Wars Ray. Always coming through with the goodness. Again, you get a nice little care package, comic book sticker, figures the works, proud sponsor of everything that we got going on over there at the Figure Flex Friday Facebook group, and your one-stop shop for in-art collectibles. Hit him up and he'll definitely take care of you. Also, we want to give a shout out to our guy Jacob over there at Comic Relief Comic Collectibles. Again, it's not just about the comics, but it's also about the figures as well. But if just in the verse of comics, you know, when there's new Comic Book Wednesday, hit him up. Store hours are there. He'll definitely take care of you as he always does. Also, we want to give a shout out to Brian Wong over there at Machu Case Machu Space. If you're looking for an incredible display option, the mono, you can get a display option of your choice. Just peruse through everything that you actually see here through collections. And I'm guaranteed that you'll see something that you like. Hit him up. He'll take care of you.
I guarantee.
Guaranteed. Last but not least, we got to give a shout out to Tina Cruz, El Deluvio over there on Instagram and Facebook. Again, if you're looking to take your figure experience from here to there, hit her up and she'll definitely take care of you. As always, let's see who we got in the chat with us, man. As always, we got Malika Mabane, WRNR, Real Negro Radio in the building, man. Definitely thank you for being here. As always, we got Amber in the building. Amber May, thank you for being here. As always, we appreciate you. Pedro Lopez, as always, brother, we definitely appreciate you. Thank you for being here. As always, we got Mark Lee in the building. What's going on, Mark? As always, man, thank you for being here, brother. We got Justin McFly in the building. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Positive vibes as always. Renz, the troublemaker Talentino, back in the fold. As always, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. My man, I am lost for words. Bob Dylan. Bro, you saw Bob was like, yo, that's it. Bro, that picture, it just blew up my timeline. Bob was like, yeah. Bob, thank you for being here, bro. Ghetto Yoda's in the building. Thank you for being here, man. We appreciate you. Striker 47's in the building. Thank you for being here, man. We appreciate you. Who else we got in here with us? We got Low Key Calvin's in the building. He said, stop lying. Thank you for being here, brother. As always. Who else we got in the building? Charlie the Unicorn, thank you for being here, man. As always, we appreciate you. Who else have we got in here, man? Collector's Rain, what up, man? What's up with you, man? Thank you for being here. We definitely appreciate you, as always. Now, I'm going to be a little bit off topic, man, because, again, like, listen, get a man his due, bro. And I hate that we live in this world, but here's the reason why I'm bringing this up. I'm bringing this up for a couple of different reasons, man. If you don't already know, Bad Bunny performed at the Super Bowl last night. Honestly, was the highlight of the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl was trash. I'm sorry. Even though Seahawks won, congratulations to them. The game was trash. It was bootissimo.
I knew it was going to be a defensive game because both of those defenses are just awesome. So I just knew they was going to create some issues. I didn't think it was going to go that bad. No, I give it credit. but in terms of just an entertaining football game. But I did expect a defensive struggle of some sort.
The Patriots defense is not that good. First of all,
it was more. I felt like it was more like bad offense and good defense. But damn, that shit was tough to watch. I usually like defensive football, but it didn't seem like it was just a defensive exhibition. It seemed like they just weren't ready for the moment.
No, I've never seen a game. I've never seen a Super Bowl where the kicker should have got MVP. He got fucking 12 points by himself before they even scored a touchdown. Yeah, that is ridiculous. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
He should have got MVP. I didn't even think about that.
He should have got MVP. He got 12 fucking points. Yeah. Yo, if Drake May was Jalen Hurts, he would be getting roasted all day long. This motherfucker only had 56 yards in Super Bowl, 86 yards in a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
86 yards.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
All right, Grail. So what are we tying this into? How are we tying this?
I'm tying this into a couple of different things, man. Number one, it was a conversation that Bad Bunny had. As a matter of fact, this morning it was going through like whatever and how much he enjoyed, the Super Bowl performance, and that his aim was to achieve what he achieved was unifying the country, if even just for a moment. And that's just for a moment, and that's exactly what he did. But it was something particularly said because it was like on the cast, and they was like, what about the rumors? What was that rumor circling around like your Sony, this Sony Spider-Man,
El Muerto, right?
El Muerto, that she was going to do. And he was like, let me set the record straight. He said they came to me with the idea. It was something that was talked about. He said, and this is what made me respect this man 10 times more. He was like, respectfully, I had to decline it. He said, because number one, you're bringing a hero in, or you're bringing a character in that's related to another character that you haven't introduced. He was like, you have Spider-Man that Sony hasn't connected to so many different things, and I just didn't want to be another casualty of war. He's like, so it wasn't something that he said, I support the idea of having more, Hispanic characters and, just introducing he said, but I want to play an Hispanic character that deserves a spotlight that's worthy of him being seen and in representation of, the culture itself. He said, in Muerto, when they brought it to me, he said, it's a forgettable character. He said, at the end of the day, you can't introduce something like that and be a disservice to a comic or disservice to a franchise when you're not even serving the main character right. And this is what he said. And I was like, yo, I respect this man so much more for him actually admitting and saying, like, look, if you're not going to have a Spider-Man, then what is it worth it to bring all these other characters in that really makes absolutely no difference? Like, it doesn't make any sense at that particular time. He said, I would definitely want to see more Hispanic representation, in that space. He said, but as long as it's done right and as long as it's not forced. He said, don't force it just because, he said, my aim was not just to be a hot topic to whereas you can say, oh, I can see you doing this, I can see you doing that. He said, do it because it's deserving. Don't do it just because of a Super Bowl or any other thing. He said, do it because it's basically deserving. I don't just want to weasel my way in and say it's an opportunity just because of that and it falters. He said, then I'm not doing a service to the fans that have been comic book fans for years. He said, that's a disservice to them. And I was like, you know what? I can get behind this dude. I definitely respect him, man.
Also, it's a character that has like 2 issue appearances with almost 0. It's like a Z-lister. So him having a role would have been the entire point of the film. And I'm sure he was hoping to, play a character instead of just use a Spider-Man movie as one big commercial for himself, because that could backfire very easily considering how bad those movies have been in the first place. So if there's like nothing to dig into with source material, like there's really barely anything to pull and draw from other than a wrestler with a mask that gives them powers. Like they would have pretty much been making up everything for the film. And I'm sure it doesn't take a genius, because even if he doesn't realize, I'm sure his PR team realized that that's a recipe for disaster, considering how the other films have gone with characters that did have a more established, roots and histories. So it would have looked like a cash grab, even if he was, the biggest Spider-Man fan in the world. I know he's a huge wrestling fan. He's been a part of WWE and stuff like that. So it makes sense on like, on paper, as from like a promotion thing for him to be like in something fun like that, but not a whole ass movie. That was destined to fail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and I think that's how he also looked at it. Like, you're like, what are we doing here? Like,
he's clearly a good businessman to have the wherewithal to be like, nah, this ain't it.
This ain't it. Like, you know what I mean? And that was one of the reasons why, when he said, when the news that came out about the character, about what they were thinking, he had already declined it. It was just something that they thought about and they brought it to his attention. And he was already, the discussion was over. He had already said, nah, it just wasn't.
That's funny, because they played it up like it was happening. That's funny.
Yeah, nah. It was a decline. He was like, and it's no shade to them. He said, just, is this how things get out before the truth comes out? You know what I mean? Yeah. Before people really, really understand it. So I just want to bring it up, man, because like I said, with him, like, he's a stand-up dude, bro. He's like really a really stand-up dude. And
like what he said at the end too. He said, you got to bet on yourself, believe in yourself. Like, just 10 years ago, he was bagging groceries and saying,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, and he kept putting out his videos on YouTube with his music, and it got popular, and we're here now.
Look at him now.
But 10 years ago, he was bagging groceries, bro, and on the island. Crazy.
Yeah, you gotta believe, bro, because sometimes, belief now is hard to come by, bro. You know what I mean? It's really, really hard to come by, and sometimes you're the only one believing in yourself at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just the way shit happens. So
yep.
You just got to keep moving in that space, man, and keep doing what you got to do. So definitely much respect to Bad Bunny for not only just for one night, man, just, even with all the bullshit, that all the conversations that were around, still his performance, I thought, was absolutely incredible. It was dope. And continue, man, like, just continue shining. And I'm glad you spoke up for the culture when it comes to comics as well, man.
Yeah.
Because they definitely, it is something that, I think, more studio heads, man, like, it just proves that not everybody out there is a shield for an idea. Like, not everybody is just jumping on an idea just because, you know what I mean?
No, gotta make sense.
Yeah, it got to make sense, bro. Like, that's what it is. If it don't make sense, then what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, what's the aim here? So I definitely respect him for just being who he is and just being natural, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And just being truthful. So, but yeah, I just wanted to touch on that real quick, man. I want to move on because, Vinny, like I said, we did mention we wanted to talk about the artist of the week. I did want to kind of jump into that. I know you wanted to have that conversation. It's funny because when you sent me the message, I had already put it on. It was already on. Like, he was already on the docket, to talk about tonight. And I was like, yeah, like yeah. When you said it, I was like, yeah, like it definitely makes sense, that we talk about it tonight, and definitely make it a topic and a subject. But yeah, if you don't know, like I said, we talking about Damian Scott, artists, again, artists out there that pretty much has been in the business, been doing things for a minute, right? But Vinny, I'll let you take this, Sean, because like I said, I mean, there's a lot I can say about it. I want to hear what you got to say, man.
Yeah, man. I met him at Wizard World Con way back when it was Wizard World. I think this must have been like early 2000s. because I was reading Batgirl, and Cassandra Cain Batgirl is like by far my favorite Batgirl of all time, and it's one of my favorite Bat Family characters of all time. I loved her origin. I loved her story. I loved her powers and her fight. The emphasis in that book on action, and I'm a huge martial arts head, so her skills in the book are very similar to some of the older kung fu joints, and it always like was a love letter to martial arts and stuff in the books. Like Batman would give her like discs of stuff she can watch to emulate because her powers are very much like Taskmaster, like any type of she can read body language. So if you look at her, you look at an opponent, and like in martial arts, if you could tell by the way a stance or shoulders are what the opponent's going to do. But this was like on a whole nother level, and she was raised by her father to be an assassin since she was like 4. Mom's Lady Shiva, and I just thought it was such a great, refreshing twist on the Batgirl mythos. And he drew that book for at least 20, 30, 40 issues. And I remember meeting him at Comic-Con, and I got some original art from him. So I got this on my wall in the den here. So this I got on there from Batgirl. And Bloomer, you dig this. This is from his work on Spectacular Spider-Man. Look at that Spidey, yo.
Yeah.
He's a beast, man. He's absolutely a monster. His stuff is incredible. And I've always been a huge fan of his style, because his style is super graffiti, hip hop,
abstract. Like everybody's like the proportions are not, traditional.
Super exaggerated. The styles it's very much like graffiti, where it's all bunched together, and it's definitely abstract. Nobody in comics draws like this motherfucker. He's completely different than everybody. His Spider-Man is insane because he uses that. Like all of his characters almost always fill the whole page. There's always
like those later on like mid-age Miles Morales comics got some of the best art that I've ever seen outside of like the traditional names of Spider-Man comics and artists. Man, I promise you, Miles has gotten an embarrassment of riches when it comes to some of his stories earlier on.
Yeah, his style is just incredible. He's done Batman, he's done Robin, he's done Raven for DC. He's done a ton of cover work. About, I don't know how long ago, it must be around 10 years ago, he moved to Japan, and he bounces back and forth between Japan and New York. And over there, he does a lot of graphic art and fine art and graffiti art over there. So he's like more mainstream over there with kind of like magazines and all that kind of stuff over there. And then over here, he does a lot of mostly covers now. He doesn't do too many interiors anymore. And then as a whole separate like side thing, he has like a whole run of these kind of like abstract portraits where he does all these different images of a character, and then they come together and form like a face. And then in the face, there's all these different angles and perspectives of the people or things that are relevant to them that creates an image, like Tony Stark there. And then he has like a whole run of those. He's got Chadwick. He's got Leo. I sent you like 5 or 6 pictures too in Messenger. And the Chadwick one is like insane. It's incredible. He's done Stan. He's done a whole bunch. And these are like separate things that he does. So nowadays he's mostly doing like that and covers. Like, look at that suits, man. It's like nobody is doing anything like that. It's just so different. And I just have always been a huge fan of people who just kind of go outside the box and just do their own thing and are, and put their stamp on, especially with mainstream characters. Because, this day and age, a lot of the stuff is status quo and they don't mix it up too much. But his Luke Cage and Iron Fist is fire. Like, it's so many different, characters and stuff that he's touched has been just absolute fire. He brings a lot of hip hop, graffiti, manga feel to that, and Cat's just super talented. So I'm happy to finally be talking about him here. I've been a fan for a minute. I've been meaning to talk about him on the show, man. So Damian Scott, if you are not up on him, please check him out.
Bro, I want to see if, because like I said, these mashups, I wonder if he can do one of with Prop and Spawn and like just maybe a few praying mantises, bro, and just like just combine them.
Yep.
And just what I mean. And now Spider, put a Spider in there too, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we could put that in there.
I was gonna say earlier, he should be good. He saw Spider. I don't know why he over here making it all dramatic. Like, you've run across tougher things such as the praying mantis.
Praying mantis. Yeah. No. The Spider is still king, bro. The Spider is still king.
Okay. Yeah, but nah,
so
bro.
For me,
yo, look at that Storm, yo. That Storm is crazy. Well, Storm and Black Panther and all them.
Yeah, hold on. Which one?
It's in a group that I sent you, I think.
You sent it? Hold on, let's see. Let me see.
Yeah.
Hold on. Keep going.
Avoid your eyes.
Hold on. You sent it?
Yeah, it should be.
Here it is. Is that the one?
Yep. Yeah, you got Storm and Black Panther and everybody on there.
You got Storm, Black Panther. I think that's is that? That's not Gateway, is it?
Yeah, I think it.
Is that Gateway?
You got Misty, you got Gateway,
Misty Knight, and Luke Cage back there, bro.
Luke Cage back there. Yep.
Yeah.
On Malcolm X Boulevard.
Wow, bro. That's That's dope. Like, yeah. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like his work is again, it's abstract, but also with like it's abstract, but even within that level of abstract, like it's just telling like such a grand story, bro, with just like the picture itself. Yeah, he's dope. He's definitely dope. You know what I mean? Anybody up on his work? Jay, you up on his work, bro? Is Jay still here?
He in the liquor cabinet.
He in the liquor cabinet.
Prop. Yeah, bro. Dude, I love this cat, man. You know what's crazy? I should have looked for the comic, dude. There's a Latino, this cat that draws that I got some Spider-Mans that I think we've talked about him on the show before. At least I should, because I had accidentally bought 2 sets of the comic books. Yeah,
Ramo.
That's what this reminds me of, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was that's who pulled me back into comics in a weird way, because it wasn't detailed, you know what I mean? But it was just something fluent, man, especially for someone. I hate to even say I could draw, because Vinny's y'all on another level. But just having some familiarity with drawing, it was refreshing because it was so simple. You know what I'm saying? And bro, this is in the same element. So, and I think I saw a Spider-Man that he did that I actually thought was Ramos. So
they're
actually mistaken their style. Yeah. A little bit, man. There's definitely differences once you know and see the name, but similar enough. To where it's like, if you love one, you're gonna love the other, man. But dude, I absolutely love it, dude, because it's not quite anime. I want to say anime, but it's not quite, dude. It's like almost cartoonish.
Yep.
With the movement of anime, right? Because anime is always detailed, and you can get a sense of perspective and movement. Yeah, bro. So he's definitely dope, man. I've definitely got the Spider. I'm looking at the Spider-Man now that he did. Yep. Amazing Spider-Man #6. I thought that was Ramos. I've got that book that I bought that I thought it was another artist.
Check out Spectacular Spider-Man. He did a run on there.
So Spectacular, yep. So it had to be a back-to-back with Ramos, because that's who I got. It was Spectacular Spider-Man that I was collecting to his.
Bro, look at this Wakanda, bro, with Namor, bro. Shit.
Yeah, I didn't know he did that.
Yeah,
this, and I see some that's more detailed, right?
Yeah, I didn't know he did that. I only know him from Cassandra Cain.
Yeah,
I didn't know he even did Spider-Man.
So that was part of why I was so tight when I came out of Birds of Prey, because they did my girl Cassandra Cain so dirty, bro. They did her so dirty. They made her some random 13-year-old pickpocket, and I'm like, yo, put some respect on Cassandra Cain as one of the coldest characters of all time.
That's not that shit was not even a representation of her ankle, bro.
Not that was all, not at all. It's not even like oh, that's her when she's younger. Nah, she was like close. And she was a mute. She didn't talk, so it's not even like oh, that's her when she was younger. She'll be here later. She's like it totally butchered that character. It took me out of the whole joint. And I mean, it was bad anyway, but like that was just.
That was
a straight mockery of the character. Nothing to do with her. No relationship with Batman at all.
Right.
Like trash. That was absolute garbage. Like a waste of a character, bro. Not even close to like what size socks she wear, bro. Like that shit was just a pickpocket. What?
Pickpocket.
Oh my god! Yeah, horrible movie. Horrible representation of Cassandra Cain. So, but like I said, Damon only knew him from Cassandra. I didn't know he did any Spider-Man or anything more.
Oh, I got his Batgirl.
Oh, you got the Batgirl doing?
Yeah, I got this Batgirl's voice. Yeah.
That's his breakout. Like he pretty much broke out on the scene with Batgirl. And
we started with Batgirl. Okay.
Yeah, cool. I mean, I think he might have done some smaller stuff before then, but that was his first main title where he was the main artist, cover artist, all that shit. Yeah.
Okay.
And that style really fit that comic too.
It fit her super perfect too. And then inside, there was so much. Like he did so. Man, his action sequences, his fighting sequences with her, like you could tell, like he's a martial arts head too. The way that he would do some of the fights, and it was just, it blew my mind. It was
the stance and everything, bro.
Stances, you could tell just from the stances. It was like, okay, this is a martial arts. If he wasn't already up on it, he did his homework just with the art. It was
just to kind of make sure that you were, bro. He definitely did. It was dope. Yep. Check him out, man. If y'all don't know, again, if you're not up on Damian Scott, man, again, very unique artist, incredible artwork. Definitely check him out if you haven't already, because he definitely does, some phenomenal work. We'll talk about this though briefly though. I'm gonna bring this in for a couple of different reasons. Man.
Hey, hold on. Oh, my bad. So who drew this right here? I missed that.
I think he has a Ramos cover up by.
Okay, I'm about to say. All right.
Yeah, that's something else. So I want to bring this up here, man. It's for a specific reason. Number one, we didn't get to it last week, but I called Jay because, and it's going to bring me to another point. I called Jay because I was at Mom's. I go to Mom's every Saturday, and when I'm sitting there with her, I help her out with her therapy and stuff like that. And so we were talking about movies.
I'm the one that got left at the orphanage, bro.
We were right. We were talking about movies, bro. We were talking about movies, and Mom specifically said,
She said what?
I didn't like that Superman movie.
She said it was trash.
She said she did not like it at all. She said she didn't like that it was too the visuals. She said it was just too, not put it this way. She said it was too CGI. She said it was just too much going on, and they made a mockery, in her opinion, of what Superman is or what he represents. And I was like, I'm gonna say, Mom, let me call Jay real quick. I said, I'm gonna call Jay real quick because I'm pretty sure he want to hear it. I put her on the phone, and she said it. She's like, I didn't like it. She's like, I just didn't like it. She loves the Justice League. She loves the Snyder Cut, and she loves the Man of Steel. But her first and foremost is Christopher Reeves. She said nobody is touching Christopher Reeves. She loves Christopher, and that's from her era. That's from our era. Like again, when Superman the movie first came out, my mom took me to the theater. Then we went to go see Superman 2. I couldn't wait to see that. When I used to watch, I remember back when they showed Superman 2, and it was on Siskel and Ebert, and the scene that they actually showed is when Superman threw Nam into the was it Nam or Zod into the Coke machine? I mean the Coke sign.
Oh yeah.
It was that what they basically showed. It was Zod. Yeah. So but this is what she said. She absolutely did not like the movie at all. Now, I say it to say this. What is this that I'm hearing that they said statistically the movie didn't do good in numbers?
I've been trying to tell you.
We said that.
I've been trying to tell y'all.
We said that.
They said
when we first talked about this shit. We said
this shit. It came out, and I think it was like, was it Netflix or somebody basically brought it out? Was that's just that actually technically the movie didn't meet the expectations at all.
Because
like it didn't need.
People were not used to seeing Superman getting smacked around like that.
That ain't y'all done added words to it though.
Nah, bro, this is what they said.
No word.
They did not.
They didn't say it flopped. They just said it didn't make numbers.
Yeah, okay.
They said
that's what they said. The exact words was it didn't meet expectation.
Because this shit was trash.
Y'all done added.
No, they said
it didn't meet.
Yeah,
they did say it didn't meet numbers, bro. They said numbers.
Unless y'all talking about he said something outside the
they did say it didn't meet. They said it, bro.
I know it said it didn't meet expectation. I agree with that.
We said that the numbers did not meet. It didn't outdo Man of Steel.
Yeah, we said that. We know that.
We all said that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's what it is. At least they
I'm just making sure y'all ain't adding because I know how y'all are, man. Y'all be adding.
For context, because there might be people who didn't hear.
Just added some shit, yo.
For context, for people who didn't hear, the Netflix CEO was at a hearing, and he testified under oath at the U.S. Senate hearing on Warner Brothers Netflix deal that the Superman 2025 underperformed, and that's why his theatrical run was cut short, as opposed to overperforming movies like Sinners. So that was the clip that was.
Hold on, time out. I didn't know that part. Hold on.
Yep, that's what he said.
I didn't know that part. So time out. Wait, they said that they cut the theatrical run short
because it didn't perform.
Now, if
you remember at the time, James Gunn said it was so that way you could watch it at home and get ready for Peacemaker season.
What a liar, bro!
It didn't make sense. Because why would you pull a movie from the theaters to pump up a show where
because it's trash? That's why
it made no sense.
Oh man, because it was ass.
I mean, listen.
Yo, that man lied, yo.
Prop. I'm gonna let you defend it.
I did get fucking triggered. I'm gonna get triggered. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
because we already went over this shit. It didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? And we already talked about how James Gunn tried to preemptively say, well, we don't need to make $1 billion or whatever the case may be.
We don't need that.
What I'm saying? So it was on set. But in all fairness, dude, there's no movie, or it's rare for movies to be making that. Again, Sinners is a special thing. Superman 8 is nowhere near in the realm. And there's a movie that most of y'all love that didn't come nowhere near those numbers as well, if I remember correctly. With Fantastic Four.
None of the movies, bro. Here's the thing, bro.
Exactly. So it's different in this culture or this element where we at right now. Mm-hmm. This is the best you could hope for this kind of movie. But I'm sure knowing it's Superman, they always, because it's the same thing. We could talk about how much money, whatever Man of Steel made, but they were having this same conversation with Man of Steel, even though it made more than this one. I will give you that. But that same conversation was happening because our most powerful IP should be making just as much or more than that Marvel movie. So Man of Steel was not, I remember them having conversations on whether they were going to do another one because it didn't meet expectations at that time.
Because even Man of Steel's numbers, which were at the time, like I think 600-700 million, it's like it wasn't good enough for them. So it
wasn't $1 billion.
So they transitioned Man of Steel 2 to Superman versus Batman. That was why I was so critical of how Superman was going to do, because Warner Brothers has such a low tolerance policy, whereas Marvel Fantastic Four making only $500 million, they're like, all right, cool, great, good job, guys. Whereas in WB, they're like, man, if you don't make $1 billion, like we'll see.
You ain't it, right? You ain't it. And all their movies, none of them was flop.
Now,
right?
Yeah. Nowadays, if you making 600 million, which this made around 600 million, that should be enough. But it's like it's good enough for them.
And let's talk about the reality of Netflix.
Wait.
The reason why Netflix. Go ahead.
Looper legit. Is Looper legit? Is Looper legit?
Is what?
Looper a legit source for movie news?
Bro, there's no legit source.
I don't know.
For me, to be quite honest,
but no,
go ahead. What you say?
Oh, okay. Well, DC Studios have reportedly shelved Paradise Lost.
Oh yeah, I heard that too. Paradise Lost is being scrapped.
And they move forward. They're moving forward with a Wonder Woman movie, which
that's definitely been that's
okay.
That's you know.
I just wanted to rub. I just wanted to rub that. I just wanted to rub that in. That's all.
Yeah, that's the. Here's the thing, bro. Like, and I say in fairness, I know what the attempt was, but also you can't put all your eggs in one basket. And this particular film had a lot riding on it.
Yep.
And I hear some of the
different ball game. Like Man of Steel had they had no tolerance for failure. Whereas this film, they said, you know what, whatever you make, it's good enough. We're gonna do Supergirl anyway, and then we could do Man of Tomorrow anyway. It's almost like
I think the model was based off the Snyderverse. The Snyderverse didn't fail because Man of Steel failed. Man of Steel didn't make what they thought it was going to make. But they knew they were creating this universe, and the thought was it was going to get more and more. Just like every Jurassic Park, like any franchise, the next movie we're expecting to make more. Because we can sit here and be like, yo, the first Transformers movie was the best Transformers. The second Transformers movie's got to make more than that first one. The next one's got to make more. The Snyderverse did not do that. But they're still using that model for this. It's like, okay, this one is new. We're aware that you guys, we can talk on the panel about how divisive any of these movies, because they're not really divisive, right? I like the Snyderverse, but it didn't do well. So you're going to have some people coming into this with the stink of whatever came before as well, on top of every superhero movie not doing well. So we got to look at it like this. We want Superman to do $1 billion. I'm sure they probably was hoping it was going to do that, but they know realistically it wasn't going. Before you get to the fact that the movie
was an ass.
What's crazy is
I'm not going to use the term ass. Was it as well as?
There's no way Supergirl makes more. That's what's crazy. There's no way Supergirl makes more than this.
Hell no.
Right, correct. No. But how much money did they put in Supergirl? Too. It looks expensive. I'm saying really that rhetoric, like I don't know the answer because it looks expensive, but
it looks really like they just put sepia tone and then hit enter.
Yeah. And I agree with Leo's mother. I've said that on the show that there was something weird looking. It's not as bad as the Flash visual effects wise, but there's something weird.
That comic is one
there's
of the
something weird looking about the Superman movie,
and that Supergirl movie is looking like it's all one sepia tone.
Yep.
Like mud.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right. Yeah.
It looked like Guardians.
That's where I'm nervous, bro, because from what we've seen so far is just her in that overcoat. And I know that they're basically taking it from that film. I mean, that book.
Guardians. Yeah.
Well, you know, from Woman of Tomorrow.
We're just like Superman, like whatever issues I have with it, I can't take away that the color palette popped like a motherfucker.
It did. It popped. It definitely did pop.
I gave him.
You look at the art in Women of Tomorrow. That art pops. That should be beautiful. Should be vibrant.
Yeah. This shit looks so drab and like just out of color, out of whack. Like I'm not hyped for it, bro. Like even with the Lobo shit, I'm like, you know,
bro, I just when I'm looking at it, I'm just like, okay. And here's the thing, and that's what makes me scared, bro, because I don't want it to seem, and I don't want it to feel like a Guardians film. I don't want it to feel anything closely related to that. Even the trailer. Now, you didn't watch this yesterday, Vinny, but they showed the Supergirl trailer. And it was there. Even the trailer, bro. The trailer basically focused on a young Crypto. That's what it focused on. That was the focus of that trailer.
Jay, I heard the funniest shit. Yo, guess what they call him, Crypto, Jay? They calling him Nepo Dog.
Wow. Wow.
Bro, I love it. I love it, bro. Yo, Crypto is going to be the new Grogu for DC. Watch.
That's what they trying to. That's what they trying to do.
You watch. He's gonna be Grogu number 2.
I'm worried because I'm worried. Like, what animal are they gonna force into Brave and Bold? Because there's the Fat Cow. There's the Bat Dog.
Maybe the Wonder Twins monkey or something. Something.
I don't know, bro.
One trick. He's a one-trick pony, man. Come on.
I wouldn't be shocked, bro.
And that's what I don't want it to feel like. I don't want it to feel like he is a one-trick pony because he's a talented director. And that's the thing. Like, James Gunn is a talented director. He is. Nobody can take that away from him. He is a talented director. And even in a sense, bro, he's a talented writer. You know what I mean? When he sticks to it, he can do it the right way. But I just don't want him. Okay, everything that I basically learned from being at Marvel, and then I want to drip that into like DC, just because I just don't want that, bro. And I don't want to talk bad about the dude, but I just don't want that, bro. I don't want it to happen.
But here's the thing: it's not even his movie. Like, he didn't even direct this, right?
No, he didn't.
You're supposed to oversee everything, like, right? Like, I'm sure we're eventually going to be talking about Filoni with Star Wars. I don't need everything to look like or be about Clone Wars. You need to be able to be like, do other shit that's not your shit, and accept ideas from all over the fucking place. Like, you can't put your Guardian's like skin, for lack of a better term, on each IP.
All over Supergirl, right. Even Superman was kind of guardian-ish too. Like, it just
I was about to say that. I like that you use the term kinda, because it wasn't gotta. I mean, it had comedy in it. It had comedy in it, but it didn't have the look. It didn't have the visual effects. It was not. The humor wise.
You know what? I put it this way.
Like, you're gonna sit here and tell me honestly that movie looked like Guardians of the Galaxy?
I didn't say.
Like,
I said
no.
I said Guardian tones.
Guardian.
With the humor. Like, it's one specific thing. The humor. Right?
No. I give you an example. Let me give you an example really quick.
I don't want to hear about the fucking aliens fighting in the background of the scene. Again.
No, not that. I'm gonna give you an example. The scene that I'm talking about is even with Mr. Terrific. When he was fighting, right? Yep. And the music they were playing, it reminded me of Guardians 3.
When they went
to that planet.
Yep.
That planet. I forget the name of that damn planet where they were dressed in weird fucking suits.
Yeah.
But that scene, when they were floating around, that whole scene reminded me of that. And those are the tones that I think that Jay is talking about. Those overtones where you can actually say, you know what? It's familiar. It just reminds me. It's the familiar. What is it called? A familiar area of those. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like it was too similar. I don't want those tones. I don't want to feel like that. Like, I don't think I want to see James Gunn really push the boundaries and say that, you know what, I'm not just a one. And again, like Vinny said, it's not. This isn't his film. But you know what will be his film? Man of Tomorrow.
So just the one trick pony.
What you say?
Not in the way that would Spielberg be a one trick pony? Would Michael Bay be a one trick pony?
Yes. Michael Bay is absolutely a one trick pony.
Would Chris Nolan be a one trick pony?
No.
Absolutely.
Or you would say no?
Michael Bay
Nolan makes Spielberg cerebral films, like that's the style.
Yeah, dude, the camera angles, it goes down to the technical, all the way down to the minute technical. So
because they are, it's okay for.
I'm not saying that Superman. I'm not saying Superman should be such and such and such. The dude is the director of Superman. I'm more upset at Superman that it didn't look. I think Guardians of the Galaxy is a better movie. All three of those movies are better than Superman, in my opinion. And I think it would have been, if what you were saying was true, I think Superman would have been better. I think he should have just stuck at being James Gunn. I felt like he did something different with Superman that he shouldn't have. I think he should have just been the one trick pony
stupid,
and done what he's always done, yo. And you're right, Mark Lee. I shouldn't put Spielberg is the GOAT. I do understand that they're
you
not.
You can't put Spielberg in that same.
I named Michael Bay because
Schindler's
Michael Bay
List is nothing like E.T. That's
not.
The truth.
That's fact.
That's the truth.
Yeah. But this is a guy. Okay, y'all like y'all got me. This dude have been making movies for 40 fucking years before he made Schindler's List. Fucking movie, bro. You know what I'm saying? This nigga made like 30 movies and then made, you know what I'm saying? Color Purple, I guess. But even in Schindler's List, camera movement, you're right, tone-wise, but there was still enough things where he still brought his people in. The music, same composers. There's enough in Schindler's List. If you watch Schindler's List, you can tell it's a Spielberg movie.
Yeah.
So there is that element, and that's a different kind of story that they're telling. You know what I'm saying? But Jesus Christ, bro.
Yo, he did it. Yo, he said it. He said, y'all gonna make bro show his eyes again. And you just did that shit.
Oh boy. He get upset. Hey, when we come at James Gunn net, that boy get upset, boy. That boy
you know what? It's not the James Gunn thing. I think because I represent the battle, I just automatically take it personal now.
No. Right.
We know if it comes up, we know Jay is going to react away, and you know I'm going to react away with this. And if it feels like it's stacked against your boy, son.
Sorry.
But I mean, damn, dude, I get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I'm being honest with that. I don't I feel like Guardians... 1 through 3. I think everybody says the first Guardians. I think Guardians 2 is the masterpiece. If Superman was more like Guardians 2, I think Superman would have been better. But it's from a technical part. Some of it is even the way it looked, the color grading. It would have looked, because it would have looked a little darker. You know what I'm saying? It was like it was too bright. It looked like it was overexposed to me, man. So there's definitely stuff about the movie I didn't like. But I just didn't think it was as bad as y'all thought it was whack. I just didn't think it was whack. I thought it was enjoyable.
Fair.
No, I said it was whack.
Yeah,
if you squint your eyes, she belongs in Guardian of the Galaxy.
Here's the thing.
A little bit.
Here's the thing.
Oh, that's Guardians.
Here's the thing. Well, you know what? Hold up. Because the poster is kind of Guardian-ish.
It is, bro.
For sure.
80s, dog. It's 80s.
It is. But here's what I'll say. This is where we got to kind of move the perception and the perspective, change the perspective a bit. And I think that everybody from a movie-going experience needs to change the perspective. We are living in a space, and I'm only going to say this one more fucking time, and we've been saying this ever since. Bro, it is going to be next to impossible for any film nowadays to make $1 billion unless it's animated or a big budgeted box office, like the ramp up of the promotion for a movie that's not going to be released for another year, like Doomsday or whatever.
You got He-Man. He-Man got big moves.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like it's going to be next to impossible for films to make $1 billion, like literally, unless it's something that is highly anticipated, or unless it's coming from a director where they're marketing and they put a lot of money into marketing, bro. It's bro, with these streaming properties, with this 45-day release, fucking when it comes to films, bro.
Dude,
it is next to fucking impossible for these motherfuckers to make movies, to make $1 billion. So in Prop's defense, and in this movie's, in Superman's defense, it's hard to say that movie would. They knew, and that's why he said it. There was no expectation for that fucking film to make $1 billion. He knew it wasn't. He just wanted it to do good. He wanted it to do good. The only problem with that is that after people sat and watched it a couple of times, then they start recognizing the tones. They started recognizing that it wasn't as great as they first thought it was.
Yeah. Oh, and I quote,
Charlie, I think He-Man will make more money, Charlie.
I'm gonna tell you what they said. I quote, "It was too woke." Oh, racist bastards. Go ahead.
They gonna say that shit out. They say that shit about everything, bro.
I think really kill me with this woke shit, bro. Woke defines the opposite of fucking sleep.
probably Kid Rock who said that shit.
Like, come on, bro. Like, y'all gotta shut the fuck up with that woke shit. You really that woke shit, dog. Like,
it's bro.
The opposite of sleep, you bitches. It's nothing spectacular. It means you're awake.
Hey, y'all was in the movie theater yelling, man, let that squirrel die.
I was saying that. Like, why this fucking have to say squirrel?
It's assholism at its finest, baby.
Oh God.
It'll be all right though. You play a good villain.
Yeah.
I wonder. Here's the thing. I wonder if they wrote her with a trench coat.
Right, Mark. You're right,
Walkman, so that way James would approve the script, or if that was James's note.
For real, bro.
Like, did James say give her a Walkman and a trench coat, or did they write that like, yo, if I put this in
Walkman, hey, the Walkman gotta have the orange sponges, not the black
orange sponges. We good.
Orange sponges. We gotta have it. We gotta have it.
I'm gonna send this motherfucker a script. And I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna put all his shit in the script.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fill that shit with I'm gonna fill that shit with talking Snow White creatures out the ass.
Hey, I'm saying,
note to writers: if you're a writer and you want to get in a DCU film, start making them animals talk.
Hey, you know what?
Oh my God.
And that's what I agree. I'm gonna tell you what, where you will see me turn on them.
Yo, my word.
If they mess up,
talk soon. Watch.
If they mess up, oh no, the talking is jacked up. He's messing up with talking.
The third movie.
If he messes up Batman, because even what you're saying, Vinny, I'm hoping that's not true. You know what I mean? Like I'm hoping that
Batman gonna have a Walkman. Batman gonna have a Walkman too.
And look, I think he was Batman, bro. I think he was Batman.
Here's my problem. Yo, this motherfucker said everything that you could do with Batman has been done. And
I heard it.
His worst movie of all time, the movie he hates more than anything, is Batman '89. He thinks it's the dumbest movie ever.
He said that?
Wow. That's your boy.
You making that up.
Your boy said that. When he came out and said he lost me off rip too. He came out and said that this version of Superman is gonna be weaker than Cavill's version. I checked out.
The '89 comment is worse than that though.
It's on the same level. It's on the same level, bro.
Now he attacking my childhood.
Wait, Prop.
Zack.
The Tim Burton Batman is poorly written. The soundtrack is the worst work of everyone involved, and it's absolutely one of the most boring films ever. Not only that, but the reveal of the Joker as a killer of Bruce Wayne's parents spits in the face of Batman's origin, and is nullification of the bottomless thirst for vengeance that necessarily drives Batman. It pretends not to be campy, but it is completely so. And on top of everything, the dark creature of the night can't even move his fucking neck. Give me a fucking break. It's a ridiculous, awful film. Burton's Planet of the Apes is genius in comparison.
Wow.
James Gunn said that?
Yeah, your boy said that, bro.
When did he say that?
Your boy said it. It's written right there in black and white.
Hold on, Jedi Kid. Give me a second, man. Let me do my research, baby.
Yeah. Go back. You got your eyes out. Go ahead and read it. Go ahead and look it up.
This is from 2012.
Oh, my Lord, bro.
Yeah.
That's the worst comment on earth,
man.
That
is the worst comment I've ever heard about a movie that started that fucking genre.
Hey.
If it wasn't for
Charlie, I wish I was trolling. I swear.
If it wasn't for 89 Batman or fucking Blade,
89 Batman is literally the genesis. Like
exactly.
You know who I blame for this, man?
Movies.
You know who I blame for this?
Wow.
I blame Jedi Kid, because you should have went to go see that last Justice League as many times as you saw this Superman movie, and we might have been able to save it.
Oh, I did.
Wait, the last Justice League was out straight to home.
The Joss Whedon one.
The Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon was your only hope, not Snyder.
No.
Joss Whedon was your last hope, bro.
No.
The whole Superman racing Flash at the end was our only hope.
Oh,
Aquaman made $1 billion. And they still gave.
We should have went to go see it more.
Aquaman made $1 billion.
Aquaman made $1 billion. They still gave
Aquaman,
up.
Made $1 billion.
Yeah.
Made $1 billion.
Yeah.
Bro.
But I think they knew deep in their heart that
as historical,
Aquaman wasn't $1 billion movie.
As historic as 89 is, bro, for you to make that comment and for him to make that comment.
No respect for the
comment. Bro, But see, the thing is, here's the thing, bro. James Gunn is definitely known for spitting in the face on certain genres or in certain comics, comic-based films. He's done it about ever since he left Marvel. He's been doing it. Oh, you can't just write these particular films, and I'm not going to be approving shit that's poorly written. You can't just follow the same. It's like you're saying all of this shit now that you've left a studio IP, and you're with another one. You can't do that, bro, because you were part of that. You were part of that regime at one point, and you had the power to change it, but you chose not to at that point. So you can't do that, bro. But then it's spin in the face of 89, bro. Nah, bro.
And for the record, for 89,
it said it was wait a minute. Here's the and I don't want to cut you, bro.
No,
to say that this shit was too campy. You said it was campy. Have you watched the Superman film that you just fucking made?
Campy as a motherfucker. But it's like,
bro, maybe this was during that time when he was posting that craziness.
No, don't worry about it. No,
you sure he didn't apologize for this?
Nah. He ain't say sorry about shit.
Yo, bro.
Yo, but the shit on the Jack.
He said far worse about girls, about women, huh?
Bro,
Jesus,
same level.
This is wild. This is wild.
For him to shit on the character of Jack Napier. That is the dopest twist in the comic book movie that I've seen, where Jack Napier is the same dude as the Joker, which is the same dude that killed your parents. Come on, bro.
Nobody liked that though. Remember?
That's good writing though, dog. Like, come on.
I thought it
man.
was. You know who? Well, you know who was the biggest hater before I heard about the James Gunn thing?
What?
Tim Burton.
Of what? Of his own film?
The 89. He said it's not a particularly good movie. Go watch my review.
You're not going to drag
quotes and everything.
You're not going to drag Tim Burton into this mess. You got that. I'm sorry. You can sit on your own movie, but when you're an outsider, trying to sit on a whole genre.
You see what Prop just did, bro?
Yeah, no, that's not going to work. Sorry, buddy. Next one. Try the next one. Sorry. Yo,
Prop.
I carefully worded that shit. I carefully worded.
I ain't trying to hear that shit.
I said until I heard the James Gunn thing. I tried to craft it in a way.
Yeah, too late. That shit for sale. That shit for sale. Peace. Nah.
Listen.
You can't do that. If it's your work,
like there is a dark side.
Every artist will shit on their own work before anybody else would. The artist.
He ain't shit on Edward Scissorhands though.
And the artists can talk about their own shit. And when you were outside, motherfucker, talking about shit like your boy is, shut the hell up. No way. Hell no.
That's too funny.
He cannot get that off, bro. No.
Is this the show you wanted, Lael, tonight? Is this what you wanted?
But wait.
Are you not entertained?
But wait. Prop.
It gets worse.
Wait.
Don't say it gets worse.
Prop, I didn't forget about you, bro. I didn't forget about you, Prop. I didn't.
It gets worse.
Because we got to jump into Absolute Batman.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Baby. I read this one, too. I read this one.
This is Absolute Batman number 16.
I'll be back in 15 minutes.
So you don't leave. I had to sit here for it, man. You got it.
You got to sit here for it, bro. You got to sit here for it. He didn't leave.
I gotta get my headache medicine real quick.
He didn't leave. He didn't leave. He stayed here for it.
I'll mute.
Bro, listen.
I sit behind.
So Vinny, you read this one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Bro, this is why this book, Absolute Wonder Woman, this is why the Absolute Universe is popping right now, bro. It really is, because this book was written so fucking well, bro. It was so well. And the simple fact that the average reader would look at it and see this and be like, oh yeah, I want to. No, bro, like it's not pulling on the strings of, okay, we want to see these two characters eventually. No, it's like a buddy cop or them knowing their space. And also in the midst of the book itself. And of course, if you read the book, of course, this is Batman trying to atone for some of the mistakes or things that were made, mainly with one of his friends. He wants to help. He wants to help his friend. And I love the spin that they have on these books, bro, and how they're doing it. It's absolutely fantastic. But again, Wonder Woman being that guide, that she's being the guide to this other space, but letting him know that you're giving away a part of yourself to get what you want. You know what I mean? Like, you have to really understand that. But it was so dope. It was so dope the way it was written. What you think about it, bro?
Very, very similar in my feelings is the crossover in her book. I felt the most interesting thing about this is that they are exploring early Batman learning. We've seen time and time again, year 1, year 2, early Batman, and always it's just about him learning better to be a better fighter. This is so refreshing seeing him at the beginning of him learning to be a better detective and researcher, because in regular Batman comics, it's like, I don't care what you said, did, planned, had happened, Batman already knew 8 years ago. And it's almost, as much as I love it, I can see how that could be annoying sometimes, because it's like they have him omniscient. Like, he just happens to know every fucking thing always, all the time. And in these crossovers with Diana, like, he's constantly asking questions, learning about magic, something that there's no way for him to know. There's no books, there's no college courses on the shit that she knows about magic. And when Batman is in the Justice League fighting these aliens or fighting mystical beings with Raven, and like, he always seems to know what their weaknesses are, what their strengths are, and he just happens to know it. This is him learning it, so it's such a refreshing change of pace. And at the same time, she's learning just how strong a warrior he is. She hasn't come across many other people who aren't a liability. Like, every scenario that she's been in her own book, everybody around her is made of glass, and she has to protect everybody.
She has to protect and not here.
Right? This is the first time where she got somebody who can watch her back, instead of like her constantly having to sacrifice things to protect them, because every bit of magic or power that she uses is always comes at a cost, which is also a whole running theme with her. So it's dope that she can count on someone as an equal, at least from a physical standpoint, and then he's learning about a whole nother realm. So we're getting to see the growth of a detective, and we're getting to see the growth of her learning to trust, because that's an entirely different theme with Wonder Woman, is learning to trust men, or mankind, if you will. So it's her learning to trust man. And she very much so does. She tells him, like, answers every fucking question. She doesn't speak in riddles and like act like it's secret information that he can't have. She answers all the questions, and meanwhile he's out there kicking ass trying to keep up with, her, and to get what he needs to help Wayland. And I think that is great, because this isn't a team up to like take down fucking Darkseid or Mongo or something like omnipotent. Like, this isn't a Justice League. This is simply to get help for a cure for Killer Croc. Like, it's something that's grounded. It's something that makes sense to his rogues gallery, which is mostly in this universe his friends. So it's a very refreshing story, and it's incredible. I love that they really waited a while before they started teasing any crossovers. And shout out to the Absolute Verse just in general, as they've recently announced that they will be putting yet another additional print run on every single title in the verse. The sales for this book is absolutely unheard of. It's breaking all types of fucking records. I swear, yo, if you hate everything about the Absolute Verse, the success of this, I think, is a good thing for all collectors,
for all comics, bro.
As we've seen so much hysteria and drama about how much we've lost to other mediums and games and everything like that, seeing how successful Absolute title has been, for them to have to put a whole nother print run on every single issue is just an incredible thing for the industry. Rising tide raises all ships, man. So it's really dope to see.
Yeah, it definitely is, bro. Like, I mean, again, it's good, just like you said, like how they're bleeding.
Could you try again?
What was that? It's dope how they're bleeding, like you said, because it's going from Ultimate, Batman in 16, but also into Ultimate Wonder Woman, and how her story is bleak, bro. Like, we're seeing a version of Zatanna that's fucking incredible, like literally. And again, they're tying it back to earlier on when, again, she hit her with that hex magic that she's attached to her now. You know what I mean? And that she can manipulate her powers at any given point. We're seeing a more sinister version of Zatanna, but I think it's going to pay off. But yeah, in this book, bro, Bloomer, did you read this? Did you read Ultimate Batman number 16?
No, I did not. I'm not really catching up with this one. I'm really just hearing it off hearsay, and it's really good from what I'm hearing. Yeah. It's really good stuff. It's just like it's way too much stuff here over on the home front right now to try to cover, tap over there. But I honestly, just to piggyback onto what Vinny was saying, this comic line has helped DC Comics last year increase their market share in terms of the volume of people buying comics, what percentage goes to who goes to what. That means some other comics lost out because Marvel, they didn't, in terms of that needle didn't move much. But they still sold stuff, but it's not like they didn't sell bonkers is really what I'm saying. But it was a marketable increase in terms of DC people going out and buying DC comics last year, mainly due to the Absolute Verse, and then towards the back end of the year, DCKO is still a really ongoing and cool event that's bringing in new readers. Like I've said in previous shows, the comic book industry has to really take a look into itself and really think about how it wants to move forward going into the future, with just an increasing technicalized world that we're going to be living in. I already see the massive hurdles for the industry in itself. Especially if you just name one, AI. So it really it's going to become incumbent on the industry to figure out ways that they can market to people, new readers. How can they find people in different places? Is it going to have to be, trade paperbacks back at Barnes and Nobles again? What is it going to take to get physical comic books back in the hands of readers? I think a number one cool option is to start putting the stuff on Amazon. Just let people buy the books on Amazon. You can only get like novel stuff on Amazon. You can I think unless somebody goes and puts their trade paperback that's already in a slab. But in terms of like an actual just official place, you got to do that elsewhere. I feel like that would be a cool place. I know Amazon, yucky technocrats. I know Bezos, fuck them. But I'm just giving an example of a place that's widely used, that a lot of people have access to, that can get these comics in the hands of.
Yo, Bloomer, you know how like if you ordered like a fucking junk food or soda, like you could actually buy groceries on fucking Amazon sometimes, and then they offer you this like pantry thing where they'll just continue keep sending it to you. Because I bought grocery bars on Amazon once, and it was like you could have it where they regularly do it. They could have a fucking sub system where you can subscribe to the fucking book like old days, because they used to have mail order comics. I don't know if you remember that, but they used to have it where they would literally ship the comic to you every month. They could have a fucking thing like that where they'll ship new issues to you every month, just like part of Amazon fucking shipping.
Yeah, if you're a young person and then getting a like an older comic, saying from let's say like from the late 80s, mid 90s, you'll see a lot of these ads. It's almost like a time capsule.
Yes.
And that's why I encourage younger readers to even check out the older comics. Some comics are not as expensive as say as the that Batman and Superman comic that went for 13 million at the auction. But there's other comics out there that are old, but a little bit on the cheap side, and it really is a cool capsule into a time period that might be well before your own.
Yeah, definitely. Prop, did you get a chance to read?
Look at Jason. Yeah. I read this one, man.
Why is Jason sleep, bro?
Yo, Vinny covered all the details, bro. And Boomer took us on a journey about comic book sales. And this is what happens. Yo, he's like out, bro.
Yeah, he is asleep, bro. Wow, bro.
I feel like he's saying FDR.
But
good night Mondays.
Good night Mondays.
Good night,
yeah,
Mondays,
bro. But I thought, just touching on Vinny, man, it was good. I didn't see the crossover in her comic book.
Well, it's
I missed
not
that
really. No, what it is, it's not really a crossover, but you got to keep in mind that all these events are happening at the same time. Like all the things, like what's happening in Absolute Batman. It's like it's teeing up by conversation of what, like, she's making references to that space, just like there's references being made to the absolute Superman as well. Even though,
right.
It's a separate story plot. Like they team up in her book, and then she gave him a way to contact her, and he needed her help with something different. So it's not like
so I could pick that. It was nice because I could pick up on that when he contacted her this time.
Yeah,
and dude, it was a cool little story, bro. And the part that Vinny said, yo, it was almost. I'm not used, not that he was super vulnerable, but you can it was weird seeing him in that kind of thing where he had like legitimate questions, and she was legitimately showing them some stuff, man. And I thought it was a little cool. Was it an Arrowhead? I read it a couple weeks ago, but whatever, you know what I mean? The little it's in you line, and that led to
him giving it
what
away.
It was, yo. Yeah, bro. But man, collectively, like reading these and catching up on them it's weird because I relate to Jay. It's weird falling in love with this version of the comic book when I'm so used to, because I'm usually a traditionalist when it comes to these things. You know what I'm saying? And or when I fall outside of it when I know it's temporary. You know what I mean? When Azrael became Batman.
Yeah.
We knew that wasn't going to last forever. We knew that costume wasn't. I didn't know if Bruce Wayne. I was tricked enough to not know whether Bruce Wayne was going to come back. Either he was going to come back, or Az was going to become more like Batman. It was going to be like the traditional. Whereas in this one, man, I guess it's almost like I don't want it to go away now. You know what I mean? When I first heard about it, I was like, yeah, cool. We'll get this little side, this Elseworlds story, put it out there, get it out the way, start to finish. Now it's like I can see it coexisting. It really doesn't bother with the original. You know what I mean? If you like the regular one, it's still
just
there,
an absolute. But this
is man. And that really Joker story wasn't this one. That Joker, that Arkham one, is really. I was liking it already because y'all had already put me on it.
That shit was dark.
But that Joker story was just like
over the top,
bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a whole nother story. That was when I wish that was part of the. I wish that was Joker's origin. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, man, but dude, the good writing, all of that stuff is, and the artwork too, by the way, is all relevant. It exists in this book, man. So it was a good read for me.
What's crazy is as successful as Absolute Batman is, it's and conditioned at the same time, relatively over there in the regular Batman universe. You not only have the Matt Fraction and George Jimenez Batman doing numbers and being hugely successful as well, but you also have, and almost nobody is talking about, it seems like, but you got Jim Lee drawing regular run Batman over there doing Hutch with Joker and Ra's al Ghul, and like it's incredible. Like like I'm reading it, like all 3 or 5 right now. Like all
they
3
are crazy right now.
Yo, I'm missing that. What we talking about?
Jim Lee is the boss. He's running DC. He don't draw no more. He came out of retirement. And he's drawing a new Hush story, and no one's talking about it.
Nobody's really talking about it.
The other Batman book and Absolute Batman, and Jim Lee's got to be like, what a beautiful problem to have that I'm not carrying this fucking company, that I'm just an addition here. It's got to be maybe a little stroke to his hits his ego, because he's hiring all these people that's taking the shine off of him. I'm sure it's like a beautiful like.
You know what, though, Benny? I honestly think it's a boost. I think I think it's a motivation for him, because again, he hired all these people, got them out there. He's seeing how good these runs are, and it's brought him back and say, "Oh yeah, I need to write again." You know what I mean? It's like iron sharpens iron, bro.
Yeah, he's inspired because there's so much good shit out there. It just goes to show you that every time somebody talks about Batman being oversaturated or every story's been told is full of shit, Batman is infinite content if there's talent behind it.
If there's talent behind it, and it can be written well, bro, and it can be written well. I'm telling you, bro, like this Absolute Wonder Woman, and even like I said, bro, bro. Did you read the last? Did you read
one before, but I haven't got this one yet.
Yeah, I've been getting it. Okay, did you read Absolute Superman, the last one? The latest one.
Yes.
With him and Hawkman?
Yeah, man. It's
bro, damn, bro. That's my bad, Jay. I'm sorry, Jay. I mean, my bad, bro. But I'm just saying, it's phenomenal. I know y'all want to. I listen. I want to take away from, because I know we got some other things to talk about here, bro. And I also,
I can't stand this Absolute shit.
Yo, that sounded genuine, bro. That made me. We should change it, man. That made me feel bad, yo.
I fucking hate we definitely gonna change it, bro, because I want to kind of go in and definitely talk about Ultimate Endgame.
Oh, bro. So Jim Lee drew this? No, that's just the cover.
No, this is the
he's working on a Hush. Besides that,
that's a new Hush. No, this is Ultimate Endgame.
Yeah, pick me up that.
I'm gonna get that tomorrow. Put that on my list to get tomorrow,
bro. Like at the end of this book, I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
At the end of this book, I was like, "Finally."
Oh, okay.
There's been so many panels, questionable panels. You're like, okay, what the hell are we doing here? Okay, what are we saying? They never say anything.
I don't know how many parts of Endgame is supposed to be, but I feel like, all right, man, you got to get to make it faster than this. Like that's who everybody wants to see. That's what we want to see, man. Because you're building up shit that like wasn't going on before, and it's like just get to make it. That's who we want to see. Bloomer, are you with me? Like, was it not weird Spider-Man cracking jokes when he didn't crack no jokes in his book?
Yeah, I think that was just a mistranslation over from, different writer taking it over.
It's like
it still was kind of funny, but it is a little out of place.
It was so out of place. I'm like, yo, did you read? Have you read any of Hickman's stuff? Like, why are you writing him to be like regular Peter Parker funny? He's every panel he was in was a joke. I'm like, yo, Hickman's Parker barely makes fun of anything. Like, it's really weird. I
wanted to toss it up to like, he's nervous, so he's gonna make jokes. He's around people he doesn't really know, but it's just like that's just still incongruent from what we've been given.
It was a bit weird.
Yeah, that was I think that really just boils down to two different people having the character. They kept everything else, but that kind of thing. I guess they just wanted to give him something. But I'm like, you could have just made him a little bit more inquisitive if you wanted to give him a line to speak.
Yeah.
Because as the comic continues, Immortus gives us a historical breakdown of how Howard Stark, aka Immortus, has been preserving time here in this space, and then our heroes come to find out it hadn't been mere moments since they left their original area and entered this dome. It's been months now. This time works differently when entering this space.
Yeah.
So they're having this talk, and he's giving them the breakdown of the historical breakdown. He's going like years, but his mind, well, it's not necessarily his mind. It's just how fucked up the historical timeline the maker has made it, to the point where you're trying to tell a story, but you have to tell it like what is it, achronically or non-chronologically, for it to even make sense. Like if that even makes sense. Like that's kind of where the how it was presented in the book. So Tony Ironlad is still trying to wrestle with the fact that one, his own Immortus engine is down since they crossed through the barrier, and then two, he's looking at his father, who he thought was long gone. So that was a kind of a interesting element from the last book, but they kind of play on it was like, hey, listen to me, Tori, it's Tony. They play on this some shit because he's like, he doesn't know him because his mind he's been in 4-dimensional warfare this whole time. His mind is fucking warped. What Deathlock say is like, that type of like mental gymnastics is not meant for organic brains. That's kind of the way that he put it. As that conversation continues, that's when the children of Adam, I forget how they were named, but basically the maker's own children designs, follow them in, or drop into their location. And man, as soon as they get there, Immortus is like, you must have, he gets cut off, right? He's like, I think he was gonna say like, you guys must have led them here. But once one of them approaches Doom, he says, great to see your face again, or something to that aspect. So it kind of gets you back into that mode of like, what does he have to do with all of what they're doing right now? Like, why is this seemingly not going according to plan? Right? Like, they had spent all these months. The book is built built it all the way to this point where it feels like, okay, they might have cracked the code, but they didn't show us. They showed us multiple aha moments, and it kind of glossed over certain other ones. But you're kind of going into the dome feeling like, okay, well, the chance is slim, but I really feel like they do have a chance, right? And so that whole kind of constructed belief that the viewer gets, or that the audience or the reader has, gets shattered, in this issue. So I really, that was really, really dope. As we see towards the end of the issue with the maker in full form, basically just outing our Doom here as the patsy. So in the next issue we'll have to see to what depths that went through, but this book just continues to get crazier and crazier in a really, really cool fashion. I hope they do land it. There are some inconsistencies, like we pointed over from the Hickman. Also, I forgot, there was one portion I forgot. T'Challa's got some stuff he's got going on in Wakanda that's also world ending if you're not reading Ultimate Black Panther.
Yep.
So he delegates Eric Killmonger to be his sword, be the sword of Wakanda, and sends him on out to kill the Maker. So he's on his war path to try to figure out what's going on. But they're still kind of like, the Wakandans are still kind of like separated from this like whole effort because they've been so busy on their other side of things. So now that Killmonger's coming into the fold, you're kind of like, does he have enough information in order to inform him in these battles that are coming up? Because I don't even know if he knows where the front is. Obviously, there's things that he's finding and he's, fighting and destroying as he's coming across. But how does he find this specific front of the battle? Will be interesting as the issue goes forward, as this whole event continues.
It's in the way that they're basically doing the Ultimate Doom, which is Reed Richards. The divisiveness between him and just how broken he is as a fucking character, bro. It's like all it is. And then, bro, like
that may be the ultimate tragedy in this. Is that he fucking convinced me that he was fixing himself. That might be the most fucked up part of this.
Or maybe it's a rules. And
I hope not, because that will fucking crush me. Because it was already crushing to see you go through this at the onset of this. So it's like, damn, if that happens, I'm like, damn, the writer don't like me very much.
Yeah. Like it's bro.
I'm hoping for some stuff like that. That will make a very meaningful into a saga like this. If there's some very how do I say this, creative tragic ends that are met. I think that's how you can really land this and make it something that is memorable. I'm not saying it will be the best of the greatest shit ever, but I think it can be memorable by the choices that they make in these next few issues.
Hell yeah. Super excited about it though, man. Like, but again, the competition is just kind of like heating up. But you have the absolute universe, but then you have the ultimate universe that, again, leading up into this point, every book was just hitting on all cylinders. And it just in some aspects of it, even though it's getting to a certain place, it just seems like they're just throwing things just to see what is going to stick. And now it's shaping up to be, okay, now we're getting to the maker, we're getting to the version, and why we're learning why the maker decided to make himself an entire city. You know what I mean? Like, we're learning that now. Like, they're getting to the backstory as to why that was chosen, but still, like, bro, I honestly, Benny, I don't know where we're gonna go from here. Like, I really don't, because it just kind of still feels all over the place, bro.
I think that's why the book has been so divisive, because there's so many elements that are intriguing as hell, and setup for the past couple of years has been so interesting. And then now we get to the event books, and it's, I mean, I like to think I'm pretty well read, and it's just confusing. Like there's stuff that's like, wait, what the fuck is going on? Like here, there's ideas that they're introducing instead of resolving. And characters that they're introducing instead of integrating or wrapping up. It just seems like it just seems very odd for like an event book. It feels like one of the side titles. It doesn't feel like the main story. Like most stories like this, you can just read the actual story. Like you can read the 6 or whatever issues of Civil War and not really read all the rest of them, and read them for extra, insight of what's going on. But with here, it's just like there's in some instances you're getting more of what's going on in the Ultimates book than this, and then at the same time, reading Ultimate Spider-Man, reading Ultimate Black Panther wouldn't even help you understand more what's going on in the Ultimate Endgame, because there's themes that aren't and there's stuff like the Mortis engine. That's not something that's like routinely or regularly a theme that's been carried throughout the Ultimates, that you have to kind of like remember what the fuck that is all about. I mean, so it's a lot of it's a lot of great writing and art mixed with some not so great writing and art, and I feel like, again, I don't know how many issues this is supposed to be. I don't know how long they have to advance this and to wrap this up. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm saying that this is something that I feel like I'm more likely to like as a whole when it's done,
when it's finished.
And the tough part is you kind of, I'm sure you would prefer for it already to be fire and at the beginning to keep people on board with the story, but it just, there's so many moving parts, and the difficult or frustrating thing is the moving parts were not already present before the story began. So you're learning stuff about what's going on in the first place. It feels like you just jumped into a story in the middle and are trying to figure out what's going on. And part of that is by design, because you're not supposed to know. Like there's twists and turns that are supposed to be surprises, but some of the basic plot is a twist and turn, and you're not sure which is you're supposed to be in on and what is supposed to be a twist to the reader as well. And there's, like I was mentioning in the Bloomer, there's some character stuff that's a bit odd. Like Spider-Man is written completely different than he is in his own Ultimate Spider-Man book, but there's stuff that to love too. Like Howard Stark is incredible in this. He's so charming and is like such a great wacky character in this that it was something like out of a movie. It was really, really well done. It was like a Dennis Quaid.
Listen, bro. Tori, it's Tony.
Yeah,
so he kept getting his name messed up. Like he don't know him. Doesn't really know his son.
And having Death's Head as like this main part of the story is just so fucking random. But I love
why did he spend his last words saying that to that man? That is fucked up.
It's bizarre. It's so bizarre. But yeah, I like the Kang stuff. It's really tough. The very interesting part too here is I really want to see like Maker fucking some shit up, and we've seen a little bit of it, but this Maker is just so much more terrifying. Being the Ultimate Universe, Reed Richards, his control over his elasticity is so much more horrific and like straight out of a horror film than 616 Reed, because he controls molecularly his body in a whole different way. So he's almost like a symbiote in how he's taking over the city and how he's consuming and turning actual organic matter into his will. It's straight horror show, all of it. So it's very, very interesting. I'm not sure how the Doom stuff is going to play out. I mean, literally, it was Maker who turned Reed into what that is. So who knows what he did to his mind? But then again, at the same time, that is a Reed Richards. So who knows if he's, who knows what game he's playing, because he's still a Reed. So it's very, very interesting. I wish I was enjoying it more, but I'm obviously going to be very patient, and I'm hoping it's something that I grow to that grows on me, and that I learn to like
let you grow to connect with.
I feel like I wanted it to grab me from the jump, but I do not think that means it's not going to. I think it will grab me. It's just, I think it's just a little convoluted out the gate, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we'll see how it's going to run. Again, I just hope they don't rush to get to the finale of this, bro, because right now it's just like, I don't know. But yeah, pick it up if you haven't read it, man. Make sure that y'all actually do, man, because it's definitely an interesting book. I want to move into this because, again, like this is breaking, and this basically came out last week during an interview, but then it was confirmed. And this is really, when I say confirmed, it is confirmed. So during an interview last week, Tatiana Maslany was talking about another movie, and they asked her openly. They was like, well, we heard so many different rumors about you being fired or you leaving or quitting the Marvel. She's like, yeah, have you heard that? She's like, I've heard so much. She's like, you never know. Like everybody's saying, well, I don't know, maybe you know something that I don't know. And then he asked her about the stories that is there still much stories, especially in the comics, that could be told. And she was like, yeah. She's like, there's so much story. I mean, there's so much more about the character that needs to be told. There's so much that's out there that hasn't been touched, especially from a comic standpoint. And who knows where she'll show up. Well, that was a conversation that was had. Now, of course, Jay, you probably know this as well. Watching John Campea, he has sources. So he says he reaches out to certain people, and some people respond, some people don't. He'll send out a message, some people just wait. He said, well, this one person did show up, and that's in the industry right now, especially well connected to this. And he asked, is she done or is she coming back? And the person said she absolutely is coming back as She-Hulk. Now, to what capacity, we don't know. The only thing that we can contribute that conversation to is, okay, we know, at least from what we know right now, that the hell we don't know, because they can be doing reshoots, which is probably one of the reasons why they just did not decide to release the trailer yesterday. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, it could be Doomsday. I'm not saying it is. At this point, I'm going to say no. But I think it definitely will and possibly will be Secret Wars. But just to quell all the, I know we were talking about Mary Elizabeth Winstead, but no, it is confirmed. And that was just basically rumor. We did basically say it is a rumor. It wasn't really confirmed, but that was a rumor. But it is confirmed that Tatiana Maslany is coming back as She-Hulk. Bloomer, what's your thoughts, man?
Well, I mean, like I said before, honestly, you know, there were portions of her show that I did enjoy. There were things that I did want to see more of, that I knew of, you know, that I researched as the show got announced, and that I had already knew of She-Hulk in the years prior. You know, knowing that there's a court element to it and there's a legal element to it. Definitely the prospect of that had me excited, but to see the show in execution, it wasn't quite what I wanted or quite what I expected. I stuck with the show, and every airing, just like, that was one show I felt like I was watching every week. Like, all right, come on, guys, razzle dazzle me. Yeah, and it was like, all right, oh, and I was like, that was it. And then the last episode, where they just like decided to like subvert your expectations in the worst way possible. Like,
yeah,
you know, just kind of soured the whole experience overall. You know, you can, if it's something that's really good, you can kind of look past the like the Meg Thee Stallion like twerk scene. If everything else is really good and like, you know, that's something like, but when the show is not really like serving the other portions of the show, what is designed, and it's really just like
bypassing it, yeah.
And it's also like, you can tell it's so derivative of them knowing that, you know, the show is going to get hate, or being very meta with the you know, somewhat of the social justice you know, movement, you know, with women and writing and shows, and so kind of playing with that with you know, off of incels. I just felt like your energy could have been best served in terms of just making the best show possible, instead of including people that, you know, even if you made the best stuff, they still would show up. They're illogical people, so why even include them in your work? So that felt really frustrating as well. But overall, for her, I think that with a good direction, of course, and a good script, we can see her bring to life this character. Again, just like, you know, I hate to bring up a wound, but just like how I feel like it's almost I feel like the same thing with Daisy Ridley. Like, if she had a better team around her, she would have won the championship.
Yeah.
But there wasn't a good, she had no offensive line, or she didn't have a center or a power forward, or whatever way you want, the analogy you want to take it. Like, I just feel like if there's a better team around her, then the presentation of this character, of this actress, and to us as a fandom would have been much more received, if that makes sense.
It'd have been, yeah. It had definitely been more received. than what it has been. And here's the thing, like I said, we talk about it: better writing, better director, better writing. Could bring out the best. And I hope that that's something that they recognize. And again, right now we don't know if she's coming back as far as the show is concerned. But I definitely think we may get her in either Secret Wars from what is being said, possibly Secret Wars Part 1.
Well, Marvel got a standard now with these shows. Yeah. Okay, with with Wonder Man and what I hope is a much better turnout for Daredevil. There's going to be now a way that they can just say, all right, this is our jumping off point in terms of quality for our TV shows, right? We might be able to just get in and out with 8 episodes, cool. But if they're just that good quality, if not on par or if not better than Wonder Man, then that's going to put pressure, and that's going to be a lot of projects that are going to be on fucking chopping blocks, because there's going to be people that, if you're on bullshit, we can't have it. These shows got to hit. And I feel like maybe that's a new formula that they're working towards as well with the shows. Now with the momentum that they're getting.
Honestly, I think the best way for them to do it, in my opinion, if they wanted to go that route, I think honestly the best way for them to get people back on board is to put her in a major motion picture first.
Yeah, and then bring her back, you know, and maybe that's the way. Yeah, I think that's probably the route I'd take. It seems the most logical. Yeah. But you have to give that moment has to be something special, right? Or at the very least, like something that can be put into meme culture. People meme anything. But if it's something that's funny and genuinely funny and it's a moment in the movie, that can carry as well. So, those are things that are like not necessarily like physical, like rewards or physical or like tangible things, but they're more like cultural cachet that you can use in the next like arbitration or agreement or things that the things that you get in there for a deal when you're in the room to make the deal. All of these things do count towards writing and signing on that line.
Yeah, definitely. Prop, what's your thoughts on this, man?
Dude, I like her, man. I agree with you guys. I think the movie route would definitely be better. I did like her. It was something about her. She reminded me of the Miss Marvel actress a little bit, where I thought she was witty enough. She was kind of fast moving, even though it's hard to say that because the show wasn't, I guess, funny. But I could see where her talent. I can see why she was chosen. You know what I'm saying? And
I think the word prop is like charisma. You can see her charisma.
That's it. Yep. Exactly. And just like the Miss Marvel, man, I was looking forward to seeing her, which I think happened in the Marvels. Again, not the best movie, but we get to see her in a motion picture, and I felt like that transition worked out for that character, and looking forward to see her interact with others. So it's the same thing. I'm waiting to see her interact with the big dogs, and the movies have a way, especially the Russo brothers specifically. I think just seeing what happened. Well, that wasn't the Russo brothers, but seeing what happened to Thor was an example where I think Thor was cool. You know what I mean? The first Thor was cool on some comic book kind of stuff. And then, of course, the second movie, a lot of people didn't like, and then Ragnarok changed the game. You know what I'm saying? And the Russo brothers, even in the movies, in context of the movies, bro, had some pretty dope scenes in the movies where it was like, okay, you took this character that maybe not everybody was gravitating at first, and kind of re-geared it. And one of the movies actually made the second Thor more relevant. You know what I'm saying? Made it a movie that you don't want to miss now because they made it relevant to the what was it? Endgame. So, dude, I'm looking forward to that, dude. I'm glad they're not firing her. You know what I'm saying? But I can't see them going back to the TV show. Like her being here, I can't see. I feel like all the TV shows are at risk. Period. Anyway, because of what Disney is going through. You know what I mean? I think they've lost their faith in these TV shows, and I don't think because if I'm not mistaken, well, I'm sure there'll be a season 2 now, but wasn't Wonder Man sold as a one shot joint originally?
It was.
I feel like I read that.
They said they about to say okay to season 2. They're talking about it right now.
Right. So it again, completely conditional on whether, you know what I'm saying? Because the same thing happened with the what was the wolf one, the werewolf joint, Werewolf by Night.
Oh, Werewolf by Night.
It was one shot, and they're doing another one of those, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, bro, which is nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? But still, that I know their faith in TV shows is shaken, but definitely in a TV show that didn't do well and they got criticized the way it did with the character, with something that should have gone a little bit more fluent, you know what I mean? And I like how Boomer pointed out, dude, even the Megan Thee Stallion, there was some things in there that felt cringe worthy, but it could have earned those moments as well. You know what I'm saying? If the show was better, that appearance wouldn't have been that bad. You know, I didn't think about it until he said it. It was like, yeah, it wasn't that bad. It was just the show was so that it was just another cringe. It was a cherry on a nasty cake.
Gave you something to point at.
Yeah, but yeah, man. But I think it's good news. Hey, and I feel like this is something for us to learn from as well. Leia, well, all of you guys kind of point out when it's just a rumor, it's just a rumor. But this was one of those rumors I felt like a lot of people were leaning into, maybe because it was more believable. And now you hear this is the second time actually, because Ruffalo, right? I'm saying his name right.
They were saying that he might get fired. Yeah,
it's the same thing, man. They questioned him the other day, and he answered right out of actually audio of him answering that was like, man, if I got fired, I didn't get the memo. In fact, I'm working on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or I've already shot some stuff. He said something along those lines, right? Yeah. So I think that's two from both Hulks. We got two different situations where it's like, okay. But at the same time, though, understanding how big these movies are and seeing how Disney has fired people without giving them an official letter, right? Like Darth Maul, Ray Park is not coming back. They didn't send him a letter saying you're fired. We just didn't call you back.
Bro, but did you see his social media, bro?
He was wild.
Bro, he is wilding, bro.
He needs help, like professional help.
What he put up, like I think it was a week ago.
With the wifey in the shower.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, that's right. Me and Jay talked about. Yeah, man.
I see none of that.
And it's sad, bro. Well, it's all the stuff has been removed.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It wasn't even enough. When you see it, it's nothing you even you get excited about, bro. Like first of all, I was sitting next to my wife when it popped up.
Yo, Benny is that cherry on the cake. Like, yo, man, I ain't see that, bro. I gotta check it out. Yeah,
it was without context.
He's wilding, bro. Like it's an embarrassment.
It's over. It's over.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When you see it, it's like it was already done. But it's like, but again, my point to that is he didn't get a letter saying you were fired. They just don't ask him to come back.
Same thing with
so.
Bro, he didn't even come back for Solo, so he been new for years.
He came back for Solo. He was in Solo.
Oh, he was in Solo. Okay, since Solo, he ain't been back.
His voice was replaced by my boy from Clone Wars, but he was in
Solo, motion, and then they basically
did the motion capture
for Clone Wars season 7. Or season 8. Season 8 was it season 7? Season 8, whatever. 7. Season 7.
He did more work in the same way. Boba Fett.
Yeah. In fact, he was kind of. Oh yeah. And he was kind of fired after that. After the motion capture for Clone Wars, if I'm not mistaken, they had showed that, and he had did something to his wife's sister and something on the internet, and it was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So or it was rumored that it was a wrap. But I pray for that brother though, just because I brought him up. When you see it, it's a sad. That man is going through something. So if you are following him, dude, it seemed like people be hitting on the messages, and it seemed like it works. People be on there, yo, come on, man, and he'll remove something. You know what I'm saying? So I met him in person. He seems like a stand-up dude. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely
got.
It's a wild life on the dark side, baby.
Yeah,
it's a wild life on the dark
some
side.
things he's dealing with, but nah, man. Like I said, I mean, with her, it's again, it wasn't on the extreme like somebody like Ray Park. She did speak her mind, but at the same time, if I look at it like this, if you have a script, if you have integral, if there are integral parts of how that script is going to evolve and where the story is going to go, any missing pieces could be extremely detrimental to how the success of this film could either make or break this film. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if they just said, you know what, here, money. Right. We can't let you go. We have to figure out something. We have to do something to make this right. You know what I mean? How or what can happen? So I don't know. Vinny, I know you got a lot to say about it though, but
one more thing before you move. My bad. Old girl that got fired from Mandalorian. How did that case? I believe they ended up settling with her.
She won.
Back.
She won that case.
She won the joint, yo. So
she won that case. Yeah,
bro. So they might be. You know what I mean? We might not be in a position to be firing people for speaking the way these people are speaking, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, they definitely don't want to show that cash out again. So they'll definitely err on that side of caution.
Yeah, they definitely trying to do that. Before we get to Vinny J, what you think about her coming back as She-Hulk?
It's crazy how about 2 weeks ago we were saying like she was fired.
Yep.
And they had it like concrete. She was fired, and then today we find out like that wasn't true and all this.
Yeah,
it's crazy, bro. Hollywood is just a wish wash. All shit, dog. Like so, I'm kind of glad that she's still as a character. I hope they use her in a far better way than they did with the TV show. I'm willing to give her another chance because it wasn't her fault that the show was just bad.
Yeah.
I kind of didn't want her to leave the character because I didn't want Obi-Wan's wife playing her. I'd rather have her. Not that she couldn't do it, but I mean, Miss Lonnie, we've already made that connection with her.
It's consistency.
Yeah. So for them to stay on top with her and have her be the character still, it's good. I don't think she should give up on it. So I'm glad that she's still there. And I just hope they write her in a far better way and far better light than they did with the TV show. That's all. Mm-hmm. So I hope for her that to rebound with this one.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be in Doomsday or another project.
They haven't said yet.
They haven't really necessarily said yet, but I think it might be secret. From what I'm thinking, it might be Secret Wars.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm glad she's still there. She was good. It's just the show sucked. It wasn't her. It was just the show was terrible. So
yeah.
I'm glad they kept her.
Yeah, definitely. Vinny, what's your thoughts on this, bro?
It's frustrating because She-Hulk is one of my favorite superheroines in Marvel. I always felt like while they were scrambling trying to find a Wonder Woman of their own, I was like, She-Hulk is right there. What are y'all blind? And I felt like at times it's like they were all in on forcing Captain Marvel, who was never necessarily super popular in the comics. When She-Hulk was always popular, her solo wasn't like the biggest selling book, but it was always consistent and solid. And I felt like A-Force was a really fun all-female team that never felt like it was this. It was before the forced woke bullshit that people try to say is what's happening in comics in Hollywood now. It didn't feel like let's make a one for girl. Like it just felt natural and felt like really. I read that for quite a while. The art was Jim Chung and others. Great art. The stories were good, and it just felt like it was just a team that just happened to be girls. Just like there's some teams that just happen to be, kids that have some, like a different dynamic because of what they're doing. And she was, pretty much the lead of that team. I felt like that was always a strong character that I really wanted to see the writing for a million different reasons that we've talked about at length on here. It just it didn't work out. They made it something that was and it was the opposite of what I think was an intelligent business move, because you could have the themes and elements that they wanted to portray without knocking down an entire demographic that holds your company up. So I feel like the ship has sailed on them doing a TV show again, because even if they Thor this shit, which means completely redirect the tone of the show and make it go a different way from thematically, and make it less male bashing, or make her smarter lawyer, or fix some of the fourth wall cringiness that it doesn't necessarily work as well as they had hoped. No one's going to give it a chance. Like most of the, like, I feel like a lot of people have already written it off as really bad, and I doubt they come back if they try again. And it's one of those things where, like, they cater a show to a demographic that isn't necessarily going to financially support or hold it up to justify pissing off or disorienting the other people that you want to be included in that. So I don't know that a TV show is the move. However, it's a no-brainer to have her in some of these big movies coming up. There's no reason to have her, especially considering so much of your universe is, every film is an opportunity to tell another part of your Hulk story, because you can't do a Hulk film, and which is ridiculous, but it's the way that they're running things over there. So there's I just doubt that they completely drop the character, and I highly doubt that they don't keep that, Scar story, bring that Scar story back at some point. I'm sure that they want to try to, like, fix that. I'm sure it doesn't sit right with them that it did so poorly, because they clearly put a lot of money into it. The CG is phenomenal in it. It's just they just had poor writing. It just didn't it didn't connect to everybody it needed to connect with. And I think that if they put her in a film, it gives you a better chance at doing more stuff with her. But at this point, I would make her just, use sparingly here and there. As far as the actress herself, I think it's pretty wild, like, personally, to run your mouth and talk shit on a giant conglomerate company, and then expect that because you're already in that role that you're untouchable and you can't be fired. It's one thing to criticize political people. Like, ironically, I feel like what she did was way worse than what Gina Carano did, because Gina Carano was talking about politics that didn't have nothing to do with Disney. She was talking about sexual identity and ideologies that had nothing to do with Disney. Gina Carano shit on her company, told you not to watch them and to boycott her own fucking company. I feel like that's a far more egregious offense than just speaking your mind about politics that that people might not agree with. So if I was running Disney, I definitely would be doing a lot of thinking if I'm bringing, this person back who was just telling people to boycott my show when over a decision that was made that are, in a way, their hands were kind of tied. Like, FCC was threatening to pull them if they didn't fire Jimmy. Like, ABC did not pull Jimmy. Like, the fucking president and the FCC bullied the network into pulling him, and then they grew some balls and they fought back. But that was not an easy decision for them to make. They didn't want to fucking make that decision.
Yeah. But she wasn't the only one, man. My boy Moon Knight, Oscar Isaac, like a lot of people was on that though.
I wouldn't be thrilled with Oscar Isaac if I was Disney either.
Yeah, right.
I'm not saying, but here's the thing though. Oscar Isaac, and we all know how the game works. The star quarterback can be late to practice, but the kicker can't.
Right. Oh yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
So I mean,
here's the thing, bro. Like, I live in a space, honestly, where I say one way to really deal with and take a political stance is because it can go one or two ways. You take a political stance, and how you take a political stance is it doesn't have to be done on camera. Get yourself out on the front line, do the things. Then if people see you out there, if they ask questions, it's not you basically jumping on social media or in an interview to say certain things about a company or about your feelings politically. It's not to say that you're not involved. If you want to get involved, put your money when your mouth is, get out there in the front line, petition, be a part of the discussion in a way that it's productive. You know what I mean? People don't understand. It's like, as much as I, may hate companies that I work for, companies that I'm working with, I have to also understand that there's protocol. Like, if I need to voice my opinion about something that I don't like, I can reach out to my publicist, have my publicist set up a meeting. Hey, these are my grievances. This is what I didn't like. I don't think you'll handle it this way. And if you're talking face to face, then you have a better discussion and there's better resolve. But when you put that shit out there for the media, especially for the media to basically clamp on, they have a tendency to spin that shit no matter what. Now, the problem with Gina Carano is, she didn't necessarily say anything about Disney, but bro, call a spade. Hollywood in general is ran by a lot of Jewish individuals. It's ran by the Jewish community. That's how it's been for years. You know what I mean? That's never going to change. So her saying that, even though she wasn't directly saying it about Disney, we talking about Hollywood. You know what I mean? This is predominantly a Jewish ran, type of faction. And for you to put that out there, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, nah, bro. You know what I mean? Nah.
Right.
We say it a lot. These actresses and actors, like, none of them got PR people no more. Nobody telling them, yo, give me your phone. Even, is nobody telling nobody. Just like everybody has a device in their hand where you can tell the world what you think at every given moment. And it used to be, if you were a celebrity, no one had access to you. When people heard your opinion, it was when you sat down for a magazine interview, or you were talked to a reporter. And now every thought that pops in your head is just out there forever.
Yeah. That's the thing is, bro. Like I said, I mean, and that's why I hate when motherfuckers get on award ceremonies and they go through these long dissertations on these speeches and stuff like this, just because it would hurt. Because I'll question you. I'll be like, okay, do you really believe what you're saying? So what you're saying right now is it a publicity stunt, or do you really believe this? And are you out? Mark Ruffalo's out on the fucking front lines all the time, and he is unapologetic. He is.
He don't give a damn.
He don't give a fuck. No. He is unapologetic.
Also, you could tell he lives, breathes it, eats it, and you could have a conversation with him, and he'd be able to back his shit up.
Yeah,
I could tell if you actually had a conversation with Billie Eilish about the stolen land thing, she probably wouldn't be able to really hold a conversation. Like, she probably just heard it. She just heard it and said it, and she even had that little smirk, like a kid who said something funny at a party and just is going to say it again. Like, I don't think she really understands like the depths of that conversation to be able to stand on it. Whereas Mark Ruffalo, I'm sure he's done everything, all the research he needs to know exactly what the fuck.
But you know what though? I don't know if that's completely fair though, bro, because you have some people can be convicted to say something in the moment or have a feeling in the moment, or it might not be planned. Or I say that because everything that's going on in the world now, I stand on business, as I'm sure all y'all do, all my homies do. But even in that element, there's moments like this where it's Jesus, it's almost overwhelming. Like, I can't say nothing. Like this, like, I got my Wizard Wednesday. I don't even know if I'm gonna do it Wednesday. The plan is I got because if y'all been paying attention, last month, dude, all my stuff has just been me spitting, just messing with the AI stuff, with the visuals, and bro, it's Black History Month, and it's not just the Black History Month, it's this month and all this stuff going on. I can't put out a song talking about nothing. You know what I mean? So either it's got to be about something, or I'm just not going to do it right now. It's like it's too much going on. So you do see people that just don't have a voice. You just got to, because, and specifically Billie Eilish, like, she's got such a large microphone.
Yeah.
That she doesn't have to be rough. Bro, you see, not everybody's going to fight the battle the same. Not everybody's got to understand it. And to be honest with you, my anger at other people is because of the simplicity of some of this stuff. Like, you can read and get deeper, but just on a surface level, if you have a surface level understanding that something is wrong, speak on it. You know what I mean? Now, to your point, though, I know what you're saying, though. I don't want Billie Eilish in no debate. You know what I'm saying? I don't want her in Congress or talking change without being researched. You're not trained for that. You know what I'm saying? But so I feel you. You know what I mean? But dude, it'll bring a lot of attention. Someone with that.
It's not like I'm saying I disagree with her. It's like absolutely like we on the same page. My point is when you open yourself up to that, it's like it's a slippery slope because it's really easy for people to target you and try to question you,
which is happening, right?
You look like you're wrong because you're not first.
Because I haven't read it, but I did see a headline saying the backlash to her statement. So I'm assuming somebody's attacking her or saying something. I mean, of course. I didn't dive into it. I didn't click on it, but yeah.
Yeah, she said something at the Grammys, and then of course people were going to attack her on it because she lives in a gated community where no one's allowed to be on her land, like and all these type of things. Now, and I just feel like she's heart, like again, like they're saying in the chat, heart in the right place. I'm saying that it is very tricky to be a celebrity voicing political opinions because
somebody said Jesse Ventura.
Okay, so you got somebody like Ventura when he's saying political, like he could go back and forth with you all day and then tear you up. Yeah. Whereas if she's pressed, I don't know if she just folds and just leave me alone. I just wanted to say it. You know what I mean? It's tough because
it's a tough space, bro, all around, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's a very emotional time. It's a lot.
It is. Oh yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's you're almost like, yo, I can't wait until we don't have to have these conversations. We got 3 more years of this shit. Like, make 2 more years of this shit, bro. 2 or 3 more years. And it is going to be a that type of discussion, that type of climate. You know what I mean? These things are at the forefront. It's just that you have to decide career-wise. Stay in no business, but stay in no business the correct way and protect your bag at the same time, because your bag will be part of the solution that kind of, brings about change. You know what I mean? And using your voice in the right way. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. You got people like Ruffalo. You got people like, so many individuals that are out there that are basically speaking against the status quo, but they got receipts because they're out there. They see this shit. You know what I mean? They don't get too fucked.
I mean, and that's the other thing too, is you have to realize that what comes with using your voice in that way, because it's kind of hard to put that back in the bottle, because once you start down that road, that you're going to get pressed on it. And there's a lot of celebrities, a lot of musicians. Like, there's a reason. I mean, we all know how we all feel about this man, but there's a reason Drake never speaks on social issues, because he knows that once he does, half his fucking fan base
goes away.
And he don't want that.
Well, he can't speak to it anyway.
He can't speak to it. But even back in the day, like even Michael Jordan never talked about anything.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Nothing.
But he did.
You know what I mean?
But he did give, which, because I've heard people say that, but he did do things behind the scene, which goes back to everybody fights their own. I try not to judge the fight. Because everybody does all kinds of things. You know what I'm saying? And we on top of bad times, we're living in times where there's people out there doing absolutely nothing.
Nope.
Yeah. Nothing,
bro. They ain't speaking on it, ain't doing no music on it, ain't marching, ain't not talking, just not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you're right. In fact, Drake is one of those people. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, y'all let me know if I'm wrong. I don't listen to Drake music. If Drake's watching this, I hate you. I hate what you did to hip hop. But
I do, bro.
I've been saying that shit for years.
I've been saying that shit. Never fuck with him. And people try. People constantly try to be like, "Oh, you ain't heard such and such." I'm like,
nope.
Bro, if you could play something that you know what, DJ Premier produced the song for him. listen to that song. I've heard that song.
Bruh.
But
I ain't never, yo.
Gotta be like, shut up.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh, one Angry Hermit said Prince did. Yep, Prince did a lot behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
with his religion, he gave without and specifically not asking for any.
So did Mike
credit.
So did Mike.
Yeah. Right.
Mike.
So, yeah, man. But I feel you. I feel the sentiment though. I feel everything y'all saying, man. But it's just, I know there's been tough times in my life when I haven't been able to. I've missed out on some things, and sometimes you just do what you can, and sometimes the only thing you can do is just talking to the microphone. You know what I mean? And hope somebody listens and it sparks the idea.
Use your platform in the best way you know how, because like I said, there's always going to be somebody listening. Just use it constructively in a way that, again, it comes across in a way that the discussion can be made and there's a bit of civility in it. You know what I mean?
And this lady, there was good results to her and the other people talking up. But the other part about it is accountability. Me speaking up and standing up don't mean there's going to be consequences. And I think we talked about that with her, because I'm glad she spoke up. But like you said, man, you're a little person on this totem pole. You know what I mean? So there's going to be consequences. And I think, bro, I don't think she felt the backlash from that TV show. So when she made this comment, I don't know if I think she would like to come back kind of thing, but I don't think she would have been in the corner crying if she didn't come back. That was what I felt from just her energy in general.
Like that too. She felt like But that's the other thing that's tricky about it too, because it's like the show already was hated on in a flop.
Exactly.
Like, success. Maybe she felt like she wasn't really risking nothing by saying fuck Disney, because
That's true.
She wasn't getting season 2 anyway.
Right, exactly.
But, I don't know. All the clutch was crazy because you know what? Everybody tells politicians to shut up unless they agree with them.
Yeah. Yo, it don't make sense. I hate when people say that about celebrities.
Shut up and dribble. But if they say what you want to say, then you elect them president.
Right. Wow. It's like these people, they don't have thoughts and ideas and they're not part of this community or whatever. And okay, they're rich, but what about their cousin, or they don't have family members? It's like they're still human beings, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if they living in the mansion up high, I'll consider that when I'm listening to them. You know what I'm saying? But we shouldn't be. It's not that we should be listening to anybody anyway. You take the cue and you go do your own research. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Yo, I ain't got to believe what my favorite celebrity says. I'm going to listen to him. If it's somebody I respect, it's like, well, let me look into what he's talking about. You got to do your own research. Anyway, doofuses, that's what's wrong with these people right now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just listen to whatever your cult leader says. Y'all know who I'm talking about when I say cult leader?
Mm-hmm.
Listen to whatever your cult leader says. Instead of just going to research, bro. You can open up a book. In fact, Google will probably get you on a better route, man. So it's the same thing with our celebrity, any celebrity. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna take away from them saying something, but it's still up to us to research it and see what's up. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, definitely. Yes, sir, man. Appreciate it.
That feel like something at the end of a G.I. Joe episode, right? Don't be a dummy.
Learning is
the more you know.
Now you know.
Now you know. And Noah's half the battle.
Hell yeah.
Come on, son.
Oh man.
It was either He-Man, One to Grow On, or remember that, bro?
Yeah.
In today's episode, we learned that Orko.
Yeah.
Bro.
Man, they don't teach you morals at the end of cartoon.
You know what? In fact, man, I saw a He-Man episode the other day that you guys can learn from. It was like, don't make fun of your friends. You know, when a joke goes too far. when joking goes too far.
I remember that freaking episode too. It's funny, man.
You know what? I think it was the first episode, bro. I think it was the first and second episode.
Hilarious. That's hilarious.
I'm saying, bro. I understand.
Don't make fun of your friends.
Don't make fun of your friends.
Jokes gonna go too far.
When joking goes too far.
You don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Probably.
Orko almost blew off somebody's hand or something, bro. It's not the same thing. I'm joking.
Yo,
oh man, bro.
Hold on, what's that?
Oh, somebody said, "Are we talking about Spawn?"
Said, fuck that, I'm roasting my boy. Flame on, right?
Oh, that's how it gotta be.
What Angry Hermit? Are we talking about Spawn now, bro? You have to get it, bro.
The Spawn is never. That's your ace of spades, baby. You got me. I can't even deny it.
I ain't gonna say nothing tonight, man. I got a headache. I ain't gonna say nothing tonight.
Yeah, bro.
I'll wait till next week.
Oh man.
Charlie Universe said, Google it, bitches. Prop Wiz versus 2025. He said Prop Wiz 2025.
I'm gonna put it on the shirt, baby.
Spawn all night. Damn, bro. That's how it is. Anyway, man, thank you guys, everybody out there. It's been a great show. As always, man, we definitely appreciate y'all. Jay, what you got going on, bro? And, other than alligator meat.
Nah. Taking my baby to school in the morning. After that, getting a haircut. That's it. That's my day for tomorrow. Oh, and finally putting up that Superman, and I finally put Wolverine in the case. Superman in the case. My girl will be here tomorrow.
Hey, what Superman you talking about, bro?
The one I hate.
My man out here hate buying.
Yeah, well, I told you I have a Superman collection, so I mean
that'll show.
Yeah, I can't have not that last one. I'm gonna have him get beat up a lot, you know. By everybody, I'm gonna have Christopher Reeve looking at him like an idiot, like, oh my god. Everybody gonna have their head down looking at him like,
oh no, dude.
Wait, I can't wait.
Wait till I come down there. I'll take that picture. I'll be down there in a month.
Yeah, we need that. I need that. So
Jake gonna buy 5 of them.
Well, Superman.
That's gonna be y'all ever seen the picture of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King shaking hands? There's gonna be a picture like that.
Yeah. They all gonna be messing. He gonna be at the bottom of the fucking pile. Everybody gonna be laughing at him with their foot on his back. I can't wait.
Oh man,
I can't wait.
Blooded.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded, man. Best, definitely, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here, man.
Hold up. That crypto looks like a piece of white poop. I'm sorry.
You got the Sideshow version, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I got the other one.
The Sideshow version.
I paid for the other one too. I haven't gotten it yet. I told you.
Yeah. Sideshow version came out all right, yo. We got good reviews.
Nah,
but the crypto is crypto ain't cool.
Bro, I don't know. It's the head sculpt that looks like he's on drugs, bro.
Bro, it's like a pile of
his face looks skinny.
They should have had that where the legs could at least move or be interchangeable or something. That shit is dog poop.
Yeah, bro. Appreciate it, man. But thank you for being here. Prop, what you got going on, man?
Yeah, man. Dude, I just dropped the episode earlier on the Flash, opening up the Flash figure, man. So please check that out, man.
That thing is so
and that's
dope.
it, dog. I've been filming a lot. Dude, I've been filming a lot and not editing stuff. So I need to hop on it. And, bro, at the request of Vinny, I'm about to dive into this, man. My son bought me. I got the regular paperback joint, and my son was like, nah, Dad, you want the $50 one? And bought this for me, man. So I'm going to dive into that, man. And
I bet you the movie is nothing compared to that book.
Bro, I just skimmed through it when Vinny was talking about the colors and dog, just the scenes. I can almost see it's a different beast, bro.
The book is night and day from what the movie's looking like, dog. It really is.
Yeah.
Say a word,
but that's what it come to man. That's what I come to expect.
I hate it. I
mean, Civil War wasn't Civil War. Yeah, when they name something out of the comic book, don't mean nothing. We might be hopefully we're getting there with some of the stuff.
Civil War was a whole other fucking story, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I guess it had the spirit of it. It had the idea. Yeah,
man. Definitely.
But that's it, man. Glad to be here. Looking forward to Wednesday, bro. We got some
not a
whole bunch of figures, but some stuff I want to talk about.
Yes, some shit we are definitely going to talk about, bro.
I might have to make a guest appearance on that.
Ghetto Yoda tried to get me earlier, man, in the comments. Y'all probably missed it.
Ooh, boy,
he was like, "Yo, man, you got that new figure." Tell you, Ghetto Yoda, we're gonna be talking about it Wednesday, bro.
I might have to come on there for that shit, dog.
Man, come through, bro.
Let me know.
That's Leo. My bad. Gatekeeping.
Hey, come through, bro. You already know, man. Definitely, if you want to come through, have that conversation, because that shit looks like a bit minstrel showish. But we'll talk about that it does, bro. It does. I'm sorry, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. It does. Vinny, what's going on, bro?
Hot Toy's gonna be like, y'all never happy.
Nah, you doing that on purpose?
No, this one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, man, just catching up on organizing the collection. I got two rows done. All Mylar rebagged and boarded with Mylars. All scanned in to the CLZ app, so everything's organized all in a row. So I'm just working my way through it. It's going to be a process. It's probably going to take me quite some time, but it's been fun. Just kind of like putting eyes on books I haven't put eyes on in some of them in decades, man. So it's been really fun revisiting some of it and going through and organizing new stuff and just catching up on stuff I got from my local comic book shop and stash because I have time to read it. Going through trying to read that stuff now, then backboard, scan it, and then file it away. Just trying to get caught up and having everything how it should be, so that way I'm just reading new pulls and backboarding them away.
Oh shit!
So it's a process. So just working on that. Probably my next binge will be a Green Lantern binge that I'll be working on soon here.
Okay.
And then other than that, just I'll be gearing up for Happy Valley Con at the end of the month. So I'm about to start seeing if I can't knock out a piece or two for that. And I got some new stuff coming for the display for that show, so I'm excited. Then it's kind of like a little gauntlet of tour season because there's a bunch of shows I got coming up after that as well with Awesome Con and Fan Expo Philly. So there's a bunch of stuff coming up in the spring. So I'm looking forward to the spring for more than just the better weather. But that is all on the horizon for now. Just, enjoying the last bit of winter here. Hopefully it warms up soon. So always a pleasure being here. Always fun talking comic books with the fellas, man.
Definitely, bro. Appreciate it, man.
Bro, hey, how about I can only hear Jay and Lael. So that made Vinny's outro like super long because I couldn't hear none of it. This is the weirdest. Man, this thing is so weird sometimes, bro.
Are you still not hearing me?
So I can see that Lael is tired. I'm gonna give y'all a secret. I can tell Lael is tired, bro. He's yawning and stuff because I can hear only you.
Who, me?
Funny.
Yeah.
That's weird, bro.
Like you did like a light. I can only hear you and Jay.
That's funny.
That's weird. Can you hear? You can't hear Vinny now?
You can't hear me now?
I can't hear Vinny at all.
Wow.
That's weird.
Y'all hear
whole
me,
outro.
Right?
It happens. Y'all see when I be getting off? It happens.
Can you hear Bloomer?
Praying Mantis.
Yeah, I can hear Bloomer.
But you can't hear Vinny.
What I can't hear.
Damn, bro. That's
I'm gonna sign it.
He said he's so signed.
Hey. Hey, that's that cult leader stuff, bro.
That's funny. That's funny. Anyway, man, V, thank you for being here, brother, as always.
That's that cult shit.
And Bad Bloomer, man, take us out, bro.
Yeah, I'm Black Bloomer. Hey, how's it going? Bad Bloomer. Now, always a pleasure to be here with my brothers here on Monday, talking all things pop culture. You guys know the rotation here at this point: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you're here with us on Monday, and we'll see you right back on this same channel, this very same channel, for Say What Wednesday. We'll see what creaks out ever so more. The guys already mentioned something that we that was dropped upon us earlier today. Interesting choice of words, right? But yeah, so we'll see how that goes, and hopefully some other things shake out that are much more exciting than that, I guess, and in a general aspect. Hopefully some people are excited about that and they do get it. But yeah, so we'll be covering that and more on Wednesday. And of course, you guys know Figure Flex Friday. We've got the Winter Flex KO going on right now. I'm getting everything together in terms of the brackets. So we'll launch it on Friday. We just need to make sure however many people we have, we lock them in, and then I can make the brackets based on those people. So again, please stay tuned for that. Other than that, man, just make sure that you guys are out there. If you are protesting, you're out there, you're getting active, make sure you take care of yourself. You're safe out there. I saw a lot of different students just in my area protesting this past weekend. I know there's many people that are of many minds of that, but I just find the beauty in the fact that there are young people in our country actually giving more fuck about the country than adults out here. Is I don't see it, not adults in mass are doing that. They got jobs and other things to attach them to. These kids are literally walking out of school out of the thing that they need to speak on something more important than just themselves. So I thought that was beautiful. And if you have a voice, you have a platform, you speak on it. Because, fuck a Nazi, fuck ICE, fuck Trump, fuck them all.
Yeah. That's just the way I feel. You're saying exactly what the majority of the world feels right now. All of us, bro. So I'll echo that.
Yeah, if you ain't with that, you can eat a dick, nigga. I really don't give a shit, man. Eat my balls too.
my sentiments exactly.
It's not good, Bloomer.
Right. Well, chose a different name.
Yo, everybody out there, man, thank you guys for being here. Another great show. We'll definitely talk to y'all later on, man. Peace, love, and all that great stuff.